It's the 2K Sports pregame show.
Ernie Johnson here once again with Kenny Smith and Shaquille O'Neal for 2K Sports. Pleased you are here with us for Game 5 of the conference semifinals. Moments away, it'll be the Chicago Bulls going up against the Philadelphia 76ers at Wells Fargo Center. Checking out the 76ers, an impressive performance for them in Game 4, winning on the road. Now back on their home court, they're looking to take advantage. They come in with a 3-1 lead, got a chance to wrap up the series on their home court. How do you like their chances, Jet?
They've got the momentum, Ernie. They've got the momentum, Ernie. I mean, these fans
I heard you the first time.
No, just in case.
I heard you the first time.
I actually said it 3 times.
I heard you the first time.
I said it 3 times.
I heard you the first time.
Okay, these fans are fired up.
I didn't hear you the second time.
Okay. I'm just letting you know.
You know, they were the favorites coming into the series. They're certainly the favorites tonight. I'm going on the record saying, you know what, they're going to win this game tonight. If they don't do it, the next segment I'll get up and dance for you two.
Oh, my gosh. They've got the momentum, Ernie.
I heard you.
They might be fired up.
We're not supposed to root, but I'm rooting tonight.
Yes.
Let's get it down to Kevin Harlan.
And a bird's eye view of the skyscrapers of downtown Philadelphia, glittering in the night. This is a do-or-die situation. Big Game 5. Always decisive. 2K Sports presents the playoffs of the NBA. Along with Greg Anthony and Clark Kellogg, this is Kevin Harlan. It's Chicago and the Philadelphia 76ers. Taking a look at Philadelphia. Well, there is a buzz, guys, in this building right now as they hold a 3-1 game advantage in the series. They want nothing more than to deliver the big win to a very deserving crowd.
You're really in excellent position here to close this thing out tonight. A 3-1 series lead at home, and these fans are definitely pumped up. This is where they expect it to be, and they put themselves in a position. Let's see if they can finish the deal.
I think they probably can. I mean, they did what they needed to do to get back home with a chance to close it out in front of their fans. But even if they can't do it, they'll have to go back on the road for Game 6, and this series takes on a whole new look then.
Now let's take a look at the Bulls' opening lineup. Prodigy is out there with the natural. Then there's the Prodigy. Then there's Champ. And it's the Prodigy in for 3.
And how about the execution on that play? The screen was set up in exactly the right spot.
And the finish wasn't too bad either.
Perfectly designed and perfectly executed.
Here's the natural. Pass to Clark. Fires from deep. That's good. Clark's got himself going with the triple, his first basket of the game.
They really can't allow him too many open looks like that. I mean, that's just inviting trouble.
The natural, the pass to the natural. And a foul on the shot. He'll go to the stripe for 2.
Way to attack there and then create the contact.
Really, as close as you can get to an and one right there. He almost had it.
The 76ers shooting their first free throws here for the night.
Okay, gentlemen, 2 shots. 2 shots.
First free throw is good. And he makes both free throws.
And at the line, it's all about consistency with him. His routine, his stroke, it never wavers.
The natural, the pass to the Prodigy. Got a hand on it. Feeds it to Clark. Here's the natural. Buries it from 3-point range. The natural's got 5.
It seems that every pass they make is leading to a score here. I mean, that's just exquisite ball movement.
And that's because the ball is looking for the best shot, and it's really paid off for them during the run.
That's a no-go, and he's still looking for his first bucket after 2 shots. Out to the right wing. The natural, the pass to the natural. And he jams it with authority.
And how about the grasp they had on the game plan for this one?
You know, I know it's early, but I don't think I'm going out on a limb when I say we could be headed for a blowout unless something dramatically changes and fast.
Here's Clark. The Bulls knocking down the three. Passes it to Cortez. They set the pick. Kicks it to Clark. Philadelphia moving the ball around. The pass to the natural. 5 on the clock. Philadelphia needs to get a shot off. Shoots from 14. And again, it's Philadelphia.
And that's another assist for a team that is putting on a clinic on how to share the ball.
And I love the mentality that they've had. If a shot isn't there, they're not forcing it. They're moving it side to side until they finally get the one they want.
Here's the natural. That's tipped. Pass to the natural. Wide open. And the jumper is good.
You can't give him that shot. A few open looks are all it takes to get him in the zone.
Cortez passes to the natural. Here's the natural to the left side wing. Over to the wing. Here's the natural. That's tipped. Passes it to the Prodigy. Lets it go from the baseline and nails it. The Prodigy's got 5.
And that's a nice possession. Did a good job to get that open shot.
Cortez passes to the natural. Down low, and it's going to be out of bounds. The Bulls will take it. Here are this postseason's dead-eye shooters. These guys have knocked down a ton of shots from downtown. And you look at the natural, a dangerous player from three-point land, a great talent with a great release. Bulls trail by 5. There's the pass to Champ. Boom, he jams it straight down.
You know, there are a lot of bigger power forwards than him in the NBA, but very few that rise up like he can.
Here's the natural. Here's the natural. He dents the rim with a two-handed slam. Wow.
Boy, he threw out some punishment with that two-hand throwdown.
And Clark, now's the time to do it. Continue to attack that rim.
Pass to the Prodigy. Down low, Ahern. Here's Champ. Another one falls for Chicago.
I tell you what, it's almost like stealing to watch how he plays the game from this seat.
Passes it to the natural. To the paint. Here's the natural. And it's Chicago with the rebound. They come into this game after losing on Saturday.
Yeah, they lost the momentum, and it's a bit surprising that that one got away from them, because for long stretches, they were the better team.
Well, if you only looked at the stat sheets, you'd have a hard time figuring out how they lost it. I mean, it was a case of a few small things, some of the intangibles that didn't go their way in the end. This touch has disappeared on him this quarter. He just hasn't been able to get it going.
To the paint, and he takes the fantastic lead pass up strong for the slam.
You know, he's not your typical NBA center in terms of height, guys, but he plays as big as any of them, thanks to his incredible bounce ability.
Here's Clark to the middle, and they immediately answer back with the dunk at the other end.
And Kevin, who says a point guard should look to pass first? I mean, not when you can finish like this fella.
Well, Clark, he wasn't going to give that opportunity up to a teammate.
Well, you know, Kevin, that's one he'll always take himself, and he should. I mean, you can't pass up that kind of opportunity or fun.
One shot. One shot.
Okay, Philadelphia, let's give a hand to your own Sixers dancers.
And so here is Chicago, trailing by 2. Bangs home the trifecta. And that's now 10 points for the Prodigy.
And he is the ultimate when it comes to being a floor leader on the offensive end.
Yeah, you know, he's got a little bit of Greg Anthony in him. He has been that leader today. I think he's done a really nice job of moving the ball and distributing it the way it needs to be done.
Well, Clark, I'm glad you referenced specifically why you thought he had a little Greg Anthony. I thought you were talking about my knees. He looked a little hobbled out there for a moment.
Came hard off that pick and finished strong.
This has been a thriller. You cannot say enough about the way these two teams have competed.
All indications, Greg, are that this game is going down to the wire. I mean, I'd be surprised, actually shocked, if it ended any other way.
And a moment to look at the scoring approach in terms of where the points are coming from for the 76ers.
Guys, right from the start, it's been apparent they're determined to establish a presence in the paint.
They've been distributing the ball really well tonight, too. I mean, a decent number of assists so far for them.
The first one falls. So he gets them both. The 76ers trail. To the inside, the natural misses the layup.
And you can see the defenders afraid to kind of get in his way a lot of times when he's on his way to the basket. But on that one, they were there.
And now the 76ers on the break. All going up court. And that one's good by Clark. Well, guys, this first half has been about as tightly contested as you could hope for.
Well, neck and neck. How about that? I mean, ferociously competitive. I mean, tight as me in an airplane bathroom.
That's not the visual I was looking for right now, but there have been a lot of lead changes. My goodness. Wow, unconscious has he been this quarter. They're riding that hot hand.
Philadelphia moving the ball around. There's the pass to Cortez. Here's the natural, and down it goes, jamming that one home.
It's almost as if both teams are in a zone.
Well, offensively at least, partner. I mean, neither team's done jack diddly on D.
Here's the Prodigy. It's Chicago with another bucket.
And he's really been working to get those looks, and it's starting to pay off here early on.
Here's Clark. Taken away. Pass to the Prodigy. Off the mark there with the three-point shot.
Well, that defense went from poor to no defense at all.
And when he's open like that, you don't see him miss those looks very often.
I don't think you can say enough about the quarter he's having. Every one of his attempts has gone down.
Earlier, Doris Burke spoke with head coach Fred Hoiberg. We'll find out, DB.
What they need to do to stay alive in this series is simple. He told me it all comes down to team basketball. He said sometimes they have guys that put it all on themselves to win a game, and that simply can't be the case tonight. Getting everyone involved is the only way they'll get where they need to go. Let's see if it happens, gentlemen.
Thanks a lot, Doris. The Prodigy, he's checked in for the Prodigy. Chicago's gone 3 of 5 from three-point land so far in the ballgame. Passes it to the natural. Here's the Prodigy. Champ, the pass to the natural. Here's Champ. It dropped for his third basket. He's missed only one shot.
And you can see he's got a little bounce in his step. 3 out of 4 to start.
Timeout call for Philadelphia.
Okay, Philadelphia, let's give a hand to your own Sixers dancers.
peek at the 2K leaderboard with the list of the top rebounders in this year's playoffs. Take a look at the Prodigy, a terrific rebounder, 5th overall. Here's the natural. He has 6, and the shot is good. The Natural's got 8 points.
Well, I tell you what, I need to see some more assertiveness out of these defenders. They're not getting the job done.
That's a great point. 10 of the last 12 points they've allowed have come at the rim.
He shot the ball exceptionally well as they've built this lead for themselves here.
Clark, the pass to Cortez. Here's the natural. Soft touch off the glass. He's got 13.
Really just a tremendous day for him. And if you remember, he was just as good in their last game.
Here's the Prodigy. And some nice ball movement here by Chicago. That shot wide open. 21 points for the Prodigy.
That's far too good a look to give them from behind the arc.
3 of their last 5 makes come from beyond the arc. The defense has to react quickly.
He power surged that one down. Wow.
Yeah, good term to use. One of the game's top dunkers for sure.
Folks, that's not a petty, not a Manny. That's a facial.
And what do you guys think so far about the offensive approach for Chicago?
You know what, guys? It looks to me like they're really in sync here, all on the same page. They've already got a bunch of assists.
And keep an eye on the three-point shooting because that has been a factor as well. If they can maintain that current form, they can be successful.
The natural, he's checked in for the 76ers. Champ comes in for the natural. We've got 1:23 left in the first. This is to Clark. The pass to Champ. Inside. And it's blocked. Oh, trying for it. Here's Clark. Shot clock at 3. And again, it's Philadelphia.
And he is really in a zone right now, playing and scoring with confidence.
Here's the Prodigy. True on the 14-footer. The Prodigy's got 8.
That's how to orchestrate for your teammates. Terrific pass.
Pass to the natural. And he takes that one up and powers it through.
And that is a major league flush right there, my friends.
And in a tight contest like this, Greg, that might be just what they need to get the tide rolling in their direction.
You're exactly right. I mean, so often when the team gets that kind of explosive play out of its backcourt, that can really rally and galvanize the whole squad.
Love the assist. I mean, he knew exactly where that bounce pass had to be to create that opportunity.
5-second differential between the shot clock and the game clock. Here's Andrew. Here's Ahern. Somehow ignores the tight D and gets the layup. The Prodigy's got 23 points. Here's the natural. He has 5. The natural, but they'll get another chance. That's good. 17 points for the natural.
Just creating havoc for the opponents the last few games.
And the Bulls, another 3. No shortage of scoring here at the end of the first quarter. Bulls lead by 4. The second quarter coming up right after this break, so don't go anywhere. And we welcome you back here to the broadcast of the Eastern Conference semifinals. And guys, what's your take on the Bulls so far?
I tell you what, the scoring has come in threes for the most part here so far.
Every time down the floor, it seems they're knocking down the triple.
Here's the natural. All fueled up and ready to go. Let's reset the lineups courtesy of Gatorade as the second quarter gets going. So on the floor for Philadelphia, they've got the prodigy, the natural out there with Champ. Then there's Champ, and it's Cortez in at the point. Here's the prodigy. Philadelphia getting their last shot to go.
That's an unusual, surprising miss for him. Typically, he's good on those inside.
Here's Champ, and the bucket counts, and he's on his way to the free throw line. Try to make it a three-point play.
What a play there. The hoop plus the harm.
Yeah, great concentration there, Greg. Hung in there. He didn't let that contact throw him off at all. Stayed focused on the rim, knew he was going to get hit, and still was able to finish.
One shot, gentlemen.
And that one falls, and that puts him up by 1 point. Chicago has gone 6 of 8 on three-pointers in the game, an outstanding 75% mark. Here's the prodigy. Another three for Chicago.
That's 2 bombs in a row from long range.
Let's face it, the defense is a step slow. You've got to take away the airspace.
Here's the prodigy. Misses in close. Passes it to the prodigy. The 19-foot shot uses the glass that time, and it's good. Now it's a 4-point Bulls lead.
That's what I call a captivating move there. He absolutely incinerated the D with that one.
The prodigy passes to Cortez. 76ers moving the ball around. Another miss by Philadelphia.
Rare you'll see him miss such an open look.
The pass to Andrew. The shot is off, so Philadelphia will take it the other way. Champ, the pass to Cortez. Here's the prodigy. Pass to Champ. There's the screen. Pops loose off the pick and hammers it home.
Some hang time on that rim. Puts a little whipped cream on that angel food cake there.
It's a tight ball game, and those displays of strength, Clark, can get one team rolling.
Agreed.
And also the other on its heels. Let's see how this one turns out.
Here's the prodigy. He hasn't yet put up any points in this one. Elbow shot is on the way, and he gets the jumper to drop. And the Bulls lead by 4. Philadelphia has gone 0-2 from here during the second.
Reversed that one home. Now that was nice, real nice.
The agility on display.
Yeah, you love that body control.
How about the power and grace on that finish?
The prodigy passes to the prodigy. To the inside. Whoops, anticipated the pass. Turnover. Passes it to the natural. That evens the score. The natural's got 6 points in the quarter.
Those defenders look like they're out of gas. I mean, they're getting pushed around on the low block.
Yeah, but they better rally soon because they've given up 3 straight buckets in the paint.
Here's the prodigy. Lock at 6. Here's the prodigy, and good. Got the friendly bounce off the right side of the rim.
They're leaning on that mid-range shot right now. That's 6 of their last 10 points from that area.
And it's working. As long as the defense gives you space, hey, let it fly.
Out left to the wing. And again, it's Philadelphia.
They've had assists now on their last 3 baskets.
And it's not just their passing, but also the body movement off the ball that's created a lot of those opportunities.
Here's the prodigy. The pass to the prodigy. Oh, and there's the alley-oop. Throws down the alley-oop slam.
Incredible timing on the alley-oop.
He absolutely hammered it down.
And guys, mark that play right there because that could be the one that leads to a surge to break this thing wide open. Moving it around, 8 of their last 10 coming off assists.
And Greg, you know nothing makes a coach happier than selflessness on the basketball court.
And the crisp passing has opened things up for them offensively.
10 straight points off assists. That's very impressive, and it also makes the game easy and fun to watch.
Philadelphia shooting their 5th free throw of the game here. The natural, he's checked in for Philadelphia.
One shot.
And Chicago has possession. It's a three-point game. Pass to the Prodigy. To the paint, off the pick. And he goes up strong with one hand and flushes it down.
And, you know, that's an example of how many plays we have in a game for which there's no stat. A monster dunk coming off just a terrific pick play.
Greg, you're right. It really did work to perfection. Gave him all the room he needed for the flush.
Boy, that's a sound physical play. I mean, can't be afraid to put a shoulder into somebody every once in a while. It's a contact sport, folks.
Bulls trail by 3. Here's the Prodigy. 8 points for him. And off the left side of the rim, and it swirls in for him. The Prodigy's got 10 points in the game. Passes it to the Prodigy. And the shot is good.
Their prowess inside has been tremendous, guys. I mean, it's been no contest down on the low block.
And until the defense puts up a little more resistance, they ought to continue to pound them down low.
Ladies and gentlemen, your Sixers dancers.
Sport has some information for us, Doris.
Well, Kevin, I was able to listen in on what the head coach of the Chicago Bulls was going over in his huddle. He thinks there are opportunities for second-chance points out there and implored them to go hard to the offensive glass for the remainder of this game. There was one other thing he talked to them about. He told them to move with purpose on the perimeter, use screens, and find those open outside shots. Maybe making those early adjustments will give them time to judge their effectiveness by halftime. We'll soon find out, Kevin.
And thank you for that, Doris. Here's the natural. He's got 8. The Prodigy passes to Champ. That's good. And it's a 5-point Philadelphia lead.
Well, we've seen that movie a few times, haven't we? An easy bucket in the paint.
Well, listless and lifeless at the defensive end. I mean, especially inside. They've really got to pick up that interior defense.
Here's the Prodigy. Pulls up. Up and in. Off to an efficient start. 2 for 3 from the field. Here's the natural. They set the pick. To the paint. 76ers moving the ball around. Count that one. That's 10 points for the Prodigy.
And he found the perfect spot behind the arc there. Big gap in the deep.
The Prodigy passes to the Prodigy. Here's the Prodigy. Out to the right wing. No one near him. That's good, and the 76ers lead is cut down to just 4 points with a bucket from Andrew.
You know, he's putting on an outstanding offensive display, and he may just be getting warmed up here.
Okay, Philadelphia, let's give a hand to your own Sixers dancers.
Take this chance now to show you the list of the postseason scoring leaders. And you look at the natural, a top 5 scorer in the league. What a player he is. So for the Bulls, Champ comes in for the Prodigy. And it's the Prodigy in for the Prodigy. Here's Champ. 7 points in the game. Now the pass to the natural. They set the pick. 5 to shoot. Pass to Champ. Here's Champ. Buries it from three-point range. Champ's got 10 points in the quarter.
There is no way a player like him can be left wide open like that. Did you pay attention to the scouting report?
No problem knocking that one down. And it's 7 points for the Prodigy.
And I like the fact that he really was unfazed by that scoreless first quarter, and now you can see him getting into a rhythm.
Came hard off that pick and finished strong.
Tell you what, he can do a lot more damage to that rim than that when he wants to.
And you know, Clark, with the lead they're enjoying, I'm surprised he didn't put a little something extra on that one.
Me too.
Well, I'll tell you what, I'm glad he didn't, because otherwise we'd probably have a 45-minute delay here if he shattered the backboard. Clearly a foul.
Yeah, he took a shot there, earned those free throws.
Chicago shooting their 4th and 5th shots at the foul line in the game.
2 shots.
Okay, gentlemen, 2 shots. 2 shots.
And he makes the first. And some changes here for the 76ers. Champ comes in for the Prodigy. And it's the natural in for Champ. The natural, he's checked in for Chicago. He's perfect from the line this time. Philadelphia leading by 4. Pass to the natural. Here's the natural. Goes up high for the two-handed dunk.
And just another example, Kevin, of how they built this lead, just outworking.
Greg, that was definitely an effort play right there. You talk about that all the time, fighting to get proper position, then slamming home the putback.
Yeah, and if they can maintain this energy level, their lead will be safe.
And here are the 76ers now. The Bulls getting the bucket. And he takes the feed in stride and slams it home.
And what a beautiful way to polish off that sequence. Just strong and attacking the rim.
That just puts a little more momentum on their side, don't you think?
Absolutely.
The defense got to tighten up now. I mean, you can't have the opposing point guard throwing down on you like that.
The shot no good.
There was just enough defensive pressure to get him off balance and cause that shot to go awry.
Here's the Prodigy. Off the iron that time.
Most of the time, that shot will go down. Boy, the defenders have to make sure they tag him.
Always going up for the alley-oop here. Hammers the alley-oop through.
Phenomenal alley-oop slam right there, guys.
They're taking advantage, Clark, of a team that looks lost out there.
Guys, this one is threatening to get really ugly. And you know, he's going to continue to bury those if that's how they're going to D him up.
Here's Clark. Stolen. The pass to the Prodigy. Good ball movement here by the Bulls. We've got 1:18 left in the first half. That's good, and the 76ers lead is cut down now to just 2 points with that basket from the Prodigy. Pass to Clark. Here's the natural. They set the pick. Pass to the natural. Out to the wing. Plenty of space. And again, it's Philadelphia.
Yeah, I love the communication and the chemistry between those teammates.
The Prodigy passes to the Prodigy. Here's the Prodigy. That's good. Basket number 5 on a 5-for-8 night shooting.
Great quarter for him at the offensive end, trying to will his team back in the game.
Passes it to the natural. To the wing on the left. Takes the 3. Another 3 for Philadelphia.
Superb assist there. He played the role of the maestro on that one.
7-second difference. Shot and game clock. Shrugs off the contact and dunks it. He'll go to the free throw line.
One shot. Went for the two-hander on that slam. That's where the weight room comes into play, Kevin.
I think some urgency from him there.
I think he's sensing that this is a critical time in the game, fellas.
Chicago shooting their 6th attempt at the charity stripe in the game. Catching up on the changes for Philadelphia. The natural is checked in for Champ, and it's the natural in for the natural. The Prodigy, he's checked in for Chicago.
This is the way to stay in the game. They're doing a masterful job from the line right here.
To the middle. Boom, he chips it straight down.
And really, he epitomizes what a point guard should be. I mean, his skills as a passer might actually be matched by that creativity he shows around the rim.
Well, judging by that jam, Greg, I'd say you're absolutely right.
Boy, that's a nice surge for them just when they needed it in a game that was so tight.
For Chicago, they have made all of their free throws so far tonight, going 6 for 6.
2 shots.
All right, now, take a break. Take a break. 2 shots.
And he knocks down the first one. That one falls, so he hits both of them. 5 seconds left in the first half. Here's the natural, and again it's Philadelphia.
He is setting this place on fire, fellas. His shooting has been off the charts.
And we're through the first half of basketball here, and what's been a good one. 76ers ahead, up by 4. Live from Philadelphia, you're watching 2K Sports.
It's the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
And in this completely jam-packed arena, we are glad to have you with us. Ernie Johnson with Shaquille O'Neal and Kenny the Jet Smith. Checking out the 76ers. Although they haven't been dominant in this series so far, tonight is clearly not going to be easy. If they hope to finish this series off here in Game 5, they've got some work to do in the second half. And from what we saw so far from the Sixers, Kenny, what's your takeaway?
Well, give them credit for getting out on that fast break. They made a concerted effort to run every time. Not once, not twice, every time, and it paid off in points. I also thought it wore down the defense.
And Shaq, what'd you think about Chicago?
Their defense is getting flat out embarrassed. Embarrassed, however you say it, Ernie. I realized they had to deal with a team who was red hot most of the first half, but that's an excuse. You know what? They got to be aggressive. They got to step up on that D. They got to prevent that. They need more effort, Ernie.
That's going to do it for now as the second half is just about ready to get started. We'll see you later.
And we're back here at Game 5 with more action about to get underway. The Prodigy having a great impact in this game.
How about the opening half of basketball he played? I mean, so much riding on this game, and he came out with a sense of urgency to start.
And that's part of his greatness. I mean, in big games, he always performs, lays it out. He loves games where everybody's watching, and you can see why. This is a big-time performer here.
The 76ers leading by 4. So for Chicago right now, Prodigy is out there with Champ, and it's the natural, and there's the Prodigy, and it's the Prodigy in at the 1.
You know what? Tried to step in and cut him off, but just didn't get there quick enough.
Yeah, he was one step late that time, Greg.
Here's Clark. And the pass to the natural. They set the pick. 6 to shoot. A reverse. And that one's good by Clark. Clark's got the first field goal, the second in for the 76ers. To the wing right side. Here's the prodigy. Here's Ahern. It's hauled in by the 76ers.
Major defensive lapse right there. He's not a player you can leave open for a jump shot. You got to stay attached to him. And lucky you couldn't punish him for it.
And guys, that's his game. I mean, battling in the paint and cashing in on those second chance opportunities.
And Greg cashing in hard. I mean, man, oh man, he puts an exclamation point on that dunk.
Guys, that's the only way he knows how to do it. Soft, I don't even think is in his vocabulary.
The Bulls have been at their finest form at the free throw line tonight. 8 attempts, 8 makes.
One shot, gentlemen.
The 76ers leading by 5. There's the dish to Clark. Down low, tipped away. And 2 shots coming up at the line as he gets fouled on the shot.
Check out the game for the natural. 10 points and a decent little assist total for him, too.
No doubt they'd like to see that carry over to the rest of the team. Get good assist numbers all the way around.
Philadelphia shooting their 6th and 7th free throws in the game.
All right now, gentlemen, truth shots. Roof shots.
The first free throw is good. And he makes both free throws. And we're about a minute and a half here into the second half. Pass to Champ. And the layup falls. Champ's got 18 points in the game.
You got to love the big bucket in the paint in this sort of grinded out physical game.
That's the kind of look they can continue to go with. Maybe that'll help them create some separation on the scoreboard.
Taking it to the rack with power right there.
Hammering down with the two-handed slam.
Just piling on the lead with the dunk like that. And that's how you make a steal count. Turn it into a quick slam at the other end.
It was really a case, it looked like Greg Anthony right there, if I can say so. It was really a case of a great defensive play triggering some instant offense.
Yeah, I remember GA as an irritant, and this guy, much like Greg, creating havoc out there.
I mean, he is just demoralizing his opponent right now on the backcourt. They didn't want anything to do with him on that possession. Almost like they were just giving up on the play.
You look at the natural, he's been playing really well.
But he's getting to the rack all game, and if they can't do a better job of keeping him out of the paint, they're in for a long night.
Chance. Let's now take a look at the NBA's season assist leaders. And you look at the natural, top 5 in the NBA, and his teammates love him. Not quite 2.5 minutes played here in the second half. Passes it to Champ. And in Chicago, scoring again.
Yeah, one of the few bright spots for his team. I mean, he's had a very efficient offensive performance.
no telling how much larger the lead would be if it wasn't for his shooting. I mean, come on, this guy's kept him in. Nice pass. He got the ball right into his teammate's shooting pocket. On time and on target.
Here's Cortez. Rips down the breakaway slam.
And it doesn't really matter who starts the break with how he runs the floor. He seems to always be the one who finishes.
Yeah, he is so fun to watch and how he attacks the rim at full speed like that, man. It's something to behold the way that guy gets to the rim.
It's deflected. A little under 2.5 minutes off the clock now here in the third. Great look, but off the mark. The 76ers leading by 9. The natural, the pass to Cortez. Puts up a 3. The shot misses. And Chicago will go the other way with the ball. And there's the pass to the Prodigy. To the paint. Here's the Prodigy. And he gets it to go. The Prodigy's got 12 points in the game.
Really crisp, intelligent passing to make that basket possible.
Okay, Philadelphia, let's give a hand to your own Sixers dancers.
And the 76ers with some changes. Champ's checked in for the natural. The Prodigy comes in for Champ, and Champ subbed in for the natural. Then for the Bulls, the Prodigy, he's checked in for Champ. The Prodigy comes in for the natural. And it's the Prodigy in for the Prodigy. Champ, the pass to Champ. Here's the natural. Hits some rim on the way in, and the bucket's good. The natural's got 18 points in the game. Bulls trail by 9. Bulls moving the ball around. Here's the Prodigy. 12 points for him. And the Bulls tack on 2 more. Here's Champ. Oh! Wow, and that sort of showmanship is just deflating right now to a team trying hard to get back into this game like this.
Yeah, definitely a jam with emphasis. A big apostrophe or exclamation point. How about maybe even a question mark, partner?
Yeah, I would have to say there are a lot of questions right now from a defensive standpoint. That's for sure.
I tell you what, fellas, we're seeing some really good ball movement out there.
Definitely. 10 of their last 12 points have come off assists.
That's good. The Prodigy's got the lead up to 11 now for Philadelphia. Let's look at the energy stats, how the hustle game has been going for the 76ers.
Defensively, they played with a lot of energy, and the steals we've seen are a result of that aggressiveness.
They haven't wasted time getting the ball up the court tonight either, and it's resulted in a lot of fast break points.
So it's Philadelphia now. The Bulls knocking down the 3. Free throw line jump shot. Again, Philadelphia.
And that's sort of been the story here today, hasn't it?
Right wing. It's picked off. To the inside. Here's Champ. Here's Champ. And the rebound paying off as they pick up 2 on the second chance bucket right there.
Some defensive breakdowns are starting to show up now. Their last 4 buckets allowed have come from very close range.
Yeah, high percentage shots are what they are getting in terms of the attempts, and that's just not going to get it done. They've got to figure it out.
Here's the Prodigy. He's got 12. 2 on the clock. Ahern. And again, it's the Bulls from deep.
Well, for one, he hasn't let them down. I mean, but a few other guys need to pick up the pace if they're going to be good.
Fires from deep. It's in, and he's a very efficient 5 for 6 on the game.
The rapid-fire threes coming from everywhere.
Yeah, I'm not sure of the quality of that three-point shot attempt right there, going at it the way they did, but it all worked out for him.
Good on the shot.
And he's really shot the ball well, but it hasn't been contagious.
And he stuffs it. What a pass to set him up.
Clearly, he's one of the best there is in the business when it comes to making that lead pass.
Pass to the prodigy. No one near him. It's Chicago with another bucket.
And I like how he draws the attention on the inside and then a nice little kick out in rhythm for the jumper. And how about a little bit of showmanship there as he increases the lead?
Oh, I like that. That's got to be, though, a tough pill for the defense to swallow.
Well, he's a guy that you know can hurt you with his passing, and right there, he does some damage with his finishing, too.
The prodigy passes to the prodigy. Andrew. And again, it's the Bulls from deep. The 76ers leading by 9. Here's the natural. 9 points in the game so far. The prodigy passes to Cortez. Down to 5 on the shot clock. The 15-footer. Again, Philadelphia. Bulls trail by 11. Passes it to the prodigy. And he was fouled in the act of shooting. Chance here now for a three-point play.
Yeah, he earned that one. I mean, taking the hit and still able to get that one to go down.
Incredible body control right there. Don't know how he was able to get that one to go, but it sure was a thing of beauty to watch.
And this is his first trip to the line tonight. The natural, he's checked in for the natural. And a change for the Bulls. The prodigy, he's checked in for the prodigy. Here's the natural. Another assist for him, guys. He'll have 20.
Wow, you don't see that often, Kevin. Remarkable, an amazing game.
Really, pass after pass. Each time up the court, he's looking for a way to get his team involved. Great in terms of being an effective playmaker.
They get it again. Count it. And the 76ers lead has been cut down now to just 9 in the basket from the prodigy.
They have got to put a body on, because otherwise, with his agility and athleticism, they're not going to be able to contain him on the offensive glass.
Plays like that, the hustle plays on the backboard, the second chance points that have really caused problems all day for the defense.
For Philadelphia, they have made the most out of their opportunities at the line. They have yet to miss in 7 attempts.
One shot. Mind the lanes. Mind the lanes. One shot.
Talk about great numbers for the natural. He has 17 points, and he's rejected a shot over the course of the game, too.
And it easily could have been more. He's played an effective game at that end of the floor.
Poked loose. And that'll be Philadelphia as it goes out of bounds. 76ers retain possession. The 76ers leading by 12. And there's the pass to Champ. Sinks the three-pointer. Champ's got 6 here in this quarter.
And we always talk about making your teammate better. That assist was right on target.
Here's the prodigy. He's got 14. They set the screen. Shot clock at 6. And there's the defensive 3-second call. Bulls have made a mistake at the line yet. 10 of 10. The prodigy passes to the prodigy. Here's Andrew. It's hauled in by the 76ers.
And even though he missed that, you have to take those shots when you get the opportunity.
Exactly. They don't come much better or easier than that.
Here's the natural. He's got 9. Fast break. Here comes Chicago. Some nice ball movement here by the 76ers. Here's the natural, and the bucket counts, and he's on his way to the free throw line. Try to make it a three-point play.
Oh, nice double pump finish there, strictly for the fans.
He made the only free throw attempt he had earlier in the game. And some changes here for the 76ers. The natural, he's checked in for Champ. Champ comes in for the Prodigy. And it's the natural in for Champ. Chicago also making some changes. Champ's checked in for the Prodigy. The natural comes in for the Prodigy. And it's the Prodigy in for the Prodigy.
Impeccable from the line since halftime.
No misses yet. You can't do much better than that, guys.
Got a piece of it. We've got 1:18 left in the third quarter. 6 to shoot. Here's the Prodigy. That one falls through. It's his 6th make from the floor this game. Now 6 for 10.
So far, going for more of an inside game here in the second half, and I like that. A little smash mouth basketball, taking it inside.
And it's good. 22 points for the natural.
You know, one aspect of their play today that's really been tight and far superior is their passing.
And that kind of flow can be elusive, but the great offenses have it, and that's just what they've shown here tonight.
Here's Clark after the Bulls pick up 2. Here's the natural. Loose off the pick and hammers it home.
And that's such solid fundamental basketball on display right there, guys.
You talk about it all the time, Greg. Yeah, great use of the pick to set up the dunk.
And guys, it was a terrific understanding between teammates that made that possible. They really did read each other well there.
Pass to the natural. Here's the Prodigy. Pass to the natural. To the wing right side. Here's the Prodigy. And 2 free throws coming up as he misses that one. Drawing the whistle and a lot of contact there. He's gone 2 for 2 at the line so far.
Shooting for Philadelphia, the Prodigy. 2 shots.
Okay, gentlemen, 2 shots. 2 shots.
And he knocks down the first one. And that one goes in. 2 from the line that time. Cortez. Shot is off. And here at the end of the third quarter, it's a double-digit ball game. 76ers lead by 12. And fourth quarter basketball will be coming your way on 2K Sports right after this. And thanks for joining us once more as we get set to continue our coverage of the Eastern Conference semis. Bulls trail by 12. We've got the natural. Champ out there with the natural. And it's the natural. And it's the natural in at the 2. That's the group on the floor for Philadelphia.
And you know what? One of the few bright spots in this game for them today. He's kept his edge even though they've been trailing.
Shooting 1.
One shot. 1 shot.
And even though they're down, they are putting on a show at the free throw line.
Yeah, they're making the most of their opportunities at the stripe, and they'll need to keep it up to take the lead.
Here's the natural. Here's the screen, and he dunks it down.
Boy, he is such a ridiculous dunker.
High riser, no doubt about it.
Goodness, I mean, you come to expect plays like that from him, and folks, that never gets old.
And here are the 76ers now. 17 points was their biggest margin.
and such a steady hand. I mean, he's one of those guys that's really allowed them to take the lead.
Well, he's just so reliable and dependable and consistent, especially here today. I mean, his shooting percentage is off the charts.
And so here is Philadelphia after the Bulls pick up 2. To the middle, off the screen. No good from Clark.
That's what we call good defense in the paint, worth its weight in gold.
It absolutely is, and maybe even more than that. I mean, you saw it right there. Without his presence, that's an easy basket.
And now both teams really in a groove.
This game already, guys, was high scoring, but they've really amped and ramped it up to another level down the stretch.
Here's Clark. 6 to shoot. Power down with both hands.
Oh, he threw out some punishment with that two-hand throwdown.
And Clark, now's the time to do it. Continue to attack that rim.
Some nice ball movement by the Bulls. Here's Champ. Terrific assist. A nice finish. Solid play all around.
He has definitely shown up to play. He's done his part, really just trying to battle his team back into it.
Up off the screen. And that one's good by Clark.
Almost uncontested. I mean, it's nice to be able to add to the lead without having to really work for it.
Just a little under 2.5 minutes have passed now here in the 4th. Here's the Prodigy. Lays it up and banks it in. The Prodigy's got 5 points in the quarter.
One of the reasons they're behind is because we haven't seen enough of that. He needs to become a bigger part of the offense.
Let's give a hand to your own Sixers dancer.
Burke has some information for us. Doris?
Hey, Kevin, during that last break, I heard Brett Brown as he addressed his team. It was clear what message he was trying to get across. He said, this lead isn't big enough that we're safe. Not by a long shot. I don't want us sitting back and milking the clock. Play to win. Show some aggression. Guys?
They get it again. The natural through the net again. He's done that 10 times tonight, and he's only needed 11 shots to get there. Bulls trail by 11. The Prodigy passes to the Prodigy. Here's the Prodigy. It's Chicago with another bucket. For Philadelphia, they've gone 5 of 7 from the field since the beginning of the 4th. Strong work at that end of the floor. There's a screen. The natural, the pass to the natural. And again, it's Philadelphia.
They're finding lanes to the hoop now with consistency. 5 buckets in a row from the paint.
And on the flip side, Greg, the defenders have to show more fight on the interior. They've got to offer more resistance here. Now that's finishing your work right there.
Powerful two-hand, Jim. You're right.
And I tell you what, if he's got a few more of those, this lead will start shrinking even further.
Here's Clark. The pass to the natural. Just 5 to shoot. Here's Ahern. Here's the Prodigy. Blanketed by the D. He fights to the rim for the layup.
And really keeping the ball hopping around here offensively.
The last 5 trips they've had have ended with a great pass leading to a basket. They're really sharing the sugar.
The natural, the pass to Clark. Here's the natural. Shot clock at 6. Pass to the natural. The 3. Another 3 for Philadelphia. And it's the Bulls with the ball. Passes it to the Prodigy. And he finishes it off with a one-handed jam.
Nothing fancy there. Didn't need it.
Nope. His only concern right now, Clark, is getting the points on the board, and I don't mean style points.
I like the simplicity.
Well, there's also style just with the fact that he's able to have that kind of a finish, though. Still, I like that pretty one-handed flush.
No luck. Bulls trail by 8. Here's the Prodigy. And the pass to the Prodigy. And it's Philadelphia with the rebound. The Natural's got his 3rd rebound on the night.
And that's the battle they haven't been winning today. Their work on the glass has been porous, and that's got to change.
Yeah, no question about it. I mean, if they're looking to battle back, that's one of the key elements. You got to rebound.
Quick hands on the steal, and then just mad hops on the slant.
Great sequence for them defensively and Clark offensively.
Well, one usually leads to the other, Kevin. That's just good, aggressive, attacking basketball. Both
His hard work on the backboard really just has given them more opportunities to score.
Here's the Prodigy, and he jams it after taking the nice feed on the run.
Cutting into the lead with a huge one-hand throwdown.
That's how to get your team back into it.
Yes, sir.
I tell you what, guys, that might also put a little spark into those guys.
How about that? Breaking out the Statue of Liberty on that dunk.
A nice way to pad that lead a little more.
Yes, indeed.
Here's the Natural. There's the feed to Clark. Pass to the Natural. Some nice ball movement here by the 76ers. Here's the Natural, and a foul called on the shot. Got him on the way up that time, so he'll shoot 2 right here.
The defense keeps coming up short. Just no solution for the Natural. 25 points, and he's come up with a couple of nice steals today, too.
Clark, just a very energetic brand of defense.
Shooting 2. Shooting 2.
And the first one drops. The Natural is checked in for the Natural. Both shots good from the stripe.
Kevin, this is a strong free throw shooting team, and they've stayed true to form so far, converting with outstanding accuracy.
Here's the Prodigy. He's feeling it, and he gets that one to go off the front iron. The Prodigy's got 9 points here in the second half. There's a good screen. Passes to the Natural. Here's the Natural. The Natural to pass to Clark. Inside. And the dunk to finish it off. A beauty.
Whoa, whoa. That'll wake you up.
Team athlete or what?
No doubt about it. It's almost as if he lives in the air, and dunks like that have become quite commonplace. That's a quick bucket there. Solid in transition.
Well, you know, he loves the chance to get out and run, and we could see right there why he does.
Here's the Prodigy. Here's the Prodigy. And he says right back at you with a big dunk of his own.
Tell you what, he's not an easy guy to stop when he's got his sight on the rim.
Never has been, never will be. He is a determined finisher.
Did he just go chop chop there with that one hand tomahawk slam?
You're hot, and that's certainly been the case for the Prodigy. He's got 26 points and a steal. The fourth quarter he's got going right now has been excellent.
And he's really playing with some incredible enthusiasm.
How can you stop that? With the crossover that quick, that lightning quick, a defender has to be almost superhuman to stay in front of that.
The Prodigy, again Chicago. And Philadelphia has possession. Picked away. And here we go. The Bulls fast break. Flushes it down to finish the break.
Now that could be a major moment in this game. Mark your clock right now. Just when we thought this contest might be over, a steal, a fast break, and it's hold everything time.
Yeah, but they're still in the driver's seat right now. I'm not sure the comeback is fully on just yet. One more transition bucket, though, and it could be.
Here's the Prodigy. The Prodigy passes to Champ. It's Chicago with another bucket.
Big time bucket there, and you can expect to see him stay very involved the rest of the way.
Out to the wing. There's the pick. Feeds it to Clark. To the paint, the Natural, and he slams it one-handed.
Rock hard finish there, guys.
And only one hand needed for that one.
Yeah, and sometimes that's all you need.
Okay, Philadelphia, let's give a hand to your own Sixers dancers.
And now Doris Burke has an update from the sidelines.
I was able to listen in on what Chicago's coach was going over with his team. He told his guys that their offense needed to run through the prodigy. Coach said the first thing they should be thinking about is getting the ball in his hands and letting him lead the way on each and every possession. Guys, we'll see how Coach's direction pays off as this one winds down. Kevin?
Thank you, Doris.
And they continue to control the glass.
Guys, I think they've simply been the more physical team, and that's why they're ahead.
Here's the natural. Clock at 6. Really left alone that time. And now it's a 9-point Philadelphia lead.
Well, I think he shot the ball well, guys, but I don't think he shot it enough. The more shots he gets from here on out, the more they'll stretch out this lead.
Great quarter for him at the offensive end, trying to will his team back in the game.
Marvelous lead pass, and he throws it down.
And he placed that pass out in front of him and let him just run into it in rhythm. You can't be pleased with all these easy looks they continue to give up there in the paint.
No, I'm sure he's not, Greg. I mean, their defense is showing a lot of holes, especially down low. That's unacceptable.
Here's the natural. Again, Chicago.
Excellent communication on the inbound play there, guys. He got in a good position, and the pass was as it needed to be, on time and on target.
Here's the natural. Now the pass to the natural. And here's the fast break. Over to the wing. Plenty of space. They get it back. Second chance shot. Count it. And the 76ers lead has been cut down to 5 on the bucket from Champ.
He's got the touch they needed here as this one goes down to the wire.
Yeah, 4 of 4 this quarter, making buckets under duress.
Boy, that was a violent throw down there.
You're telling me.
I mean, it's almost like he doesn't like the rim.
And then Clark slams it in.
Man, he slams it home and gets a little camera time on the backside of it.
He spent a while up there on the rim.
And I like the fact that the ref's going to give him a little bit of leeway there and a lot more than they used to. No question, he got bumped on that shot.
Yeah, the officials didn't need to talk that one over. It was obvious. Shoot two.
It's the first, and that brings them within 8. And good on the second, so he makes them both.
Of course, he didn't have an attempt there in the first half. He's hoping to be a little bit more active and aggressive here and draw some fouls here in the second.
Okay, let's give a hand to your own Sixers dancers.
Inside, Cortez passes to the natural. Here's the natural. Good ball movement here by the 76ers. Down low. Here's the natural. Offensive rebound. And terrific work on the offensive glass, and he picks up 2. And the 76ers lead by 9. The natural, the pass to Champ. Here's the prodigy. Misses, and he wants that one back. Guys, you've got to think a basket here would seal it.
No question about it. That would be all she wrote.
Pass to Cortez. There's the pick. Down to 5 on the shot clock. The natural. He draws iron on the dunk.
Oh, tough D on the inside.
It sure was, Greg. No easy access to the basket when that fella's in the middle.
And so the Philadelphia 76ers have won the series and eliminate any chance of a comeback with a big-time win here in Game 5. And, Greg, it's on to the conference finals for them.
And if there was anybody doubting this team heading into round 2, this series should have erased any of those doubts. A convincing win for a team whose championship hopes are looking bigger and brighter.
It's time for us to say so long. We hope you've enjoyed our coverage during the second round of the NBA Eastern Conference Playoffs. This is Kevin Harlan saying thank you for watching. And Ernie Johnson is still in the building, folks, for the postgame show. Coming up next,
the 2K Sports postgame show.
Hello again, everybody. Ernie Johnson, joined by Shaq and Kenny the Jet. Now let's take this opportunity to check out our Jordan Player of the Game. And Shaq, I can tell you want to say something. Your comments?
He gave them an enormous lift tonight, make sure they're moving on to the conference finals. He said, you know what, give me the ball, let me go to work. This is barbecue chicken soup play with a diet soda.
He was an artist with the basketball tonight, guys. Just a ridiculous amount of assists for him in this game. The way he moved the ball around the court, making sure everyone had their hand in the offense, was superb. That's how you play the point in this league, ladies and gentlemen.
So that's the finale of this round 2 series of the NBA playoffs for Shaquille O'Neal and Kenny the Jet Smith. I'm Ernie Johnson. Now on to what should be an amazing conference finals coming up in just a few days. We will see you again soon.
It's the 2K Sports pregame show.
Welcome, everybody. Tension running high here prior to Game 6 of this Round 2 series. Ernie Johnson and Kenny Smith and Shaquille O'Neal. We don't have any tension here, but certainly there is tension heading in to this next game of the playoffs. Our game tonight featuring the Portland Trail Blazers as they go up against the San Antonio Spurs. Checking out the Spurs, they escaped with a close win in Game 5. That one was up in the air until the final buzzer. They'd love to put this one out of reach early, if possible. So they'll be looking to close things out here at home. Won't be easy for them, obviously. Kenny, what mentality do they need to have to finish the series tonight?
Well, the first thing, Ernie, you got to play with confidence. You know, you have to play with a sense of urgency. Then you can feed off the crowd if you do that. But most importantly, to set the tone early. Do not allow them to get any kind of glimpse of hope.
What they can't do is rely on Game 7 as a backup plan. They need to play every loose ball, all the hustle plays, avoid mistakes, compete on each possession, and then maybe they can get it done.
Got to come right out and hit him right in the mouth.
Right in the mouth.
Kind of like our show. Don't you ever want to just hit Kenny right in the mouth?
Every day.
Oh, man.
You ever want to hit Shaq in the mouth?
No, man. That's what makes me feel so bad right now.
What?
He wants to hit me. I didn't want to hit him.
You don't want to hit me.
It's hurting me right now.
I'll take it back. Strike that from the tape upstairs in production.
Thank you.
Keep it. We'll see you later.
Sold-out arena in San Antonio, Texas. Game 6 of the Western Conference semifinals here. Welcome, everyone, to the NBA playoffs on 2K Sports. This is Kevin Harlan with Greg Anthony and Clark Kellogg and our sideline reporter, Doris Burke.
Let's get a nice clean game, huh?
To take a look at the Spurs, with their hometown fans cheering them on, they'll look to close out this series and complete the upset. Wow.
And the fans will play a role tonight, guys. You can tell that already. I mean, they're determined to help this team close it out. They're treating this game like it's a Game 7, like there's no tomorrow.
Yeah, and even though it's technically not a do-or-die situation, they got to treat it that way. I mean, because if you go on the road for Game 7, that is not the inviting scenario you want. So very tough to win a deciding game under those circumstances on the road.
The starters for the Portland Trail Blazers. Prodigy is out there with Champ, and it's the natural, and it's the natural, and it's Diaz in at the point. Now here's Lee. Out to the right wing. Launches a three, and the Trail Blazers another three.
Tit for tat right there, huh, guys?
Didn't take them long at all, fellas, to get those 3 points back.
Fires at the elbow. Good for the basket. Starting off 1 for 1 with that shot.
He's just such a well-rounded offensive player. He's got a little bit of everything.
Jacks up a three. Scored the basket. His second of 2 attempts.
They really can't allow him too many open looks like that. I mean, that's just inviting trouble.
Pass to the natural. Spurs passing it around. Here's Bell. An easy layup after coming off the pick.
Oh, that is just weak defense there. I'm pretty sure that was not the plan to give him those kind of baskets at the hoop.
Right side, Lee. Pass to the product. And Lee with the stuff.
Fellas, that two-hand monster slam was vicious.
I don't think there was anyone, and I mean anyone, that could have stopped him on that one.
I tell you what, I'm glad they didn't try, because somebody might have got their feelings hurt.
Well, they finally missed on their fourth shot of the game. That's a good way to start things off.
Here's the natural, and another three for Portland.
And he came off that screen, and the D just didn't get over the top of it.
Yep, weren't there in time enough to challenge Greg, and when that's the case, you can mark those up for him.
Oh, this is the kind of start they were hoping for.
Yeah, shots falling, off to a very good start offensively as a result.
And a chance for just a second to check out the scoring breakdown for the Trailblazers.
Boy, the three-point shot has really been dropping for him early on.
Also, guys, the passing has been terrific in the first half. They'll be happy with all those assists.
And a little over 2.5 minutes gone here in the first. Stolen. Here's Lee. He makes another one. That's 4 up and 4 in to start his game.
He's finding all kinds of ways to get it done. What a quarter he's having.
Here we go, San Antonio. Please give it up, the Spurs dance team.
And on the screen now is the 2K leaderboard with a rundown of this postseason's assist leaders. You take a look at the prodigy, one of the best passers in the NBA, always looking to get his teammates involved. To the inside, and a beautiful feed leads to a monster jam.
Tell you what, Kevin, they'd love to see him get a lot more of those opportunities.
Clark, that deficit will go away quickly if he does.
And how about how he capped that one out, almost like the 1-2 punch. And it's like raining buckets right now. I wonder if this is the early stages of a blowout.
Well, we got to be careful. Don't want to get ahead of ourselves just yet. But it has been pretty ugly so far, no doubt about that.
You know, the rest of the D can be stretched a little thin when the double team's in place like that.
Here's the natural. Down low. And Lee with the stuff.
He always knows where his teammate's going to be, and, Kevin, that will let him put the ball where he wants it, right waiting for him.
And that one's good. The Naturals got it back down to single digits for the Spurs.
A wide open three. They need much better communication defensively.
And Lee with the stuff.
And really, these teams don't even look like they belong on the same court today.
I don't think they do, based on what we've seen. A double-digit lead, and we're still in the first. Ouch. That's painful.
Doubled by Lee. The natural, the pass to Bell. It's good, and he drew contact on the shot, so he will go to the line. A three-point play chance here.
First personal foul, team second.
And this is his first trip to the line tonight.
Shooting one.
One shot, gentlemen.
A free throw drops for Bell. Portland leading by 8. Let's catch up with Doris from the sideline.
Well, Terry Stotts gave me a few minutes to catch up with him. As they sit on the brink of elimination, I asked him if he sensed any nerves in the locker room. He assured me that no matter what the situation, he's got a group of guys that are up for any challenge. And with a win here, that challenge will become a whole lot easier, Kevin.
Great. Thanks for the report, Doris.
Okay, gentlemen, 2 shots. 2 shots.
And the first one at the line is good. And so he makes both from the line.
And at the line, it's all about consistency with him. His routine, his stroke, it never wavers.
Tries it from 9. And it's Portland with the rebound. They come into this one after losing on Sunday.
You know, you hate to use this word, but I really felt like it was a sorry effort that they put forth on the defensive side.
Boy, that's pretty harsh from you, Greg, but you're right. I mean, too many times we saw them slow to set up and get on D or late on their rotations, and they paid a big price for it. Well, he's an undersized center, but he more than makes up for it with some serious leaping ability. Kevin, I didn't like that defensive effort at all, but they're lucky he missed it.
Yeah, you hope that's not indicative of the type of D they're going to play, because if they do, they're going to have struggles with him tonight. And there are more points tacked on here to the early lead.
And it's a nice lead as well. I mean, it's no mystery how they've done it. They're attacking the basket.
To the right side. To the middle. How's that for an answer? Right back with the dunk.
Up high and down hard with the one-hander.
Got a little extra forceful with that one, didn't he?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, and I think that's going to rouse up his teammates, no doubt. And the defense is in disbelief here. Triple after triple.
When that happens, you simply just hope they start cooling off.
So it's the Spurs now. 11-point game. And foul called as he misses. He'll go to the line and shoot 2.
That's his first personal foul.
And this is his second trip to the line in the game.
Foul. Taking 2 shots.
All right, now, take a break. Take a break. 2 shots.
First one falls for him. And so Bell nails both of them. Trailblazers leading by 9. Lee outside. The pass to Diaz. Down low. And he uses the glass on the layup. And that's now 10 points for the Prodigy.
And you can't help but pick their defense apart. They're completely in disarray.
Well, everything's coming too easily. I mean, at some point defensively, you have to take something away.
You look at the natural, he's been playing really well.
He's been attacking the rim with reckless abandon. They're searching for answers. Some way they got to figure out how to contain him.
Down low. The stupendous finish in traffic.
and both teams on fire from the opening tip.
Well, I don't doubt it, Greg. We're going to have an entertaining game of basketball here today. I mean, I think it's pretty obvious that's the case.
And they are shooting the lights out from distance here early.
How do you stop this? I mean, it seems like they can't miss.
Doubled by Lee. Here's the natural, and another basket for San Antonio.
They are not rotating nearly quickly enough on defense down low. Got to get quicker there.
Just no resistance on the interior.
That's good.
Man, they are doing some damage from deep.
Which is the main reason, partner, they're sitting on this big lead. Awesome shooting so far. The one-hand slam is so sweet when it's his hand doing the slam.
Oh, yeah, he is so smooth, even on a power finish like that.
And really, that's what makes him unique, that combination of power and polish.
So it's San Antonio now. Trailblazers knocking down the tray. Down low. His shot is good, making him a perfect 2 for 2 from the floor.
And they're beginning to just flat out fall apart defensively right now, especially on the interior.
Yeah, and that's 4 straight field goals now, Greg, they've allowed from point-blank range. Can't happen.
And the Spurs with possession here. Portland knocking down that triple moments ago. Nice ball movement by San Antonio. Feeds to Bell. And that one's good. Bell's got 13.
I mean, he was great in his last game, Clark, and clearly he has not lost that love and feel.
Wasted no time on that one. And the Trailblazers lead by 15.
12 straight points off of three-pointers, and the D looks shell-shocked.
And, guys, now that they're rolling from out there, the defense has to really get up into them. You've got to almost be in their jerseys to try to deny those looks. Well, he won't miss many of those, especially with the defender not in the best of positions there.
Here's the natural. Nailed from three-point land. He's got 11.
What are they thinking, leaving him with all that space out there? Do they not know? Have they not heard that this guy is unbelievable? That's a layup for him.
And you can tell they're just a little out of sync. I think he just wants to get everybody back on the same page.
Yeah, I like this timeout, Greg. I think it's a good one because it looks like they need a minute to talk things through here.
Here are the NBA's top scorers during this postseason as shown on the 2K leaderboard. And you look at the natural, leading the league in points per game. Such a great player. And, of course, the prodigy. He shows up in that same conversation.
And whether it's been attacking off the bounce or pulling up, both these guys have been lighting it up.
The prodigy, he's checked in for the prodigy. Lee passes to the prodigy. Here's the natural. Nice shot from the wing. The natural's got 18 points in the game.
It just seems like the more he touches it, the more the lead grows.
Wasted no time on that shot, but it's off the mark. Trailblazers leading by 14. Here's the prodigy to the middle. The prodigy passes to the natural. The 11-footer, and Portland again with the bucket.
Fantastic start for him here. I mean, that one makes him 7 of 9 from the field now.
They get the rebound. Good for another bucket. He's made half a dozen now, 6 for 8 on the night.
You know, of the last 6 baskets, 5 have come on the interior. This is major smash mouth basketball, guys.
All about imposing your will offensively, getting exactly the kind of looks their coach drew up.
So it's San Antonio now after the Trailblazers pick up 2. That one goes. Count it.
You know, guys, that's what he does. He just loves to play that kind of attacking basketball.
1:22 left to play in the first quarter. And so he draws the foul on the shot, a trip to the line to shoot 2.
Really an extraordinary game for Lee.
He's already got 20 points, and he's hit 4 from beyond the arc. A weapon with those three-point shots.
You said it. His long-range jumpers are having a deadly effect.
Shooting two. Shooting two.
The free throw drops for Lee. And both free throws good for Lee. Spurs trail by 16. Doubled by Lee. Pass to Bell. Count that as his 7th field goal in 10 tries. He's shooting a very good 70%.
And he's been the key for their offense with the way he shot the basketball.
Yeah, he's most certainly not the reason they're in the hole. I mean, his percentage has been outstanding. He's been one of their more reliable options today, guys. I mean, his shooting has led them to this lead.
And it's blocked. Lee outside. Pass to the prodigy. Champ the pass to Lee. Good ball movement here by the Trailblazers. And good on the basket. Book it. And that's 15 points for the prodigy.
Oh, man, off to a terrific start. Yet to miss with 6 made buckets.
Boy, giving him a huge lift offensively. He's poised for a big game here.
Passes it to the natural. And the Trailblazers getting another bucket right there.
And that's sort of been the story here today, hasn't it?
Nice concentration to hit the double clutch layup. He's got 8. And after just 1 quarter of play, a double-digit differential on the scoreboard. It's the Trailblazers up 19. And the second quarter will get underway just after this short break. And we had the chance to catch up with Greg Popovich, and he talked about how he felt Tony Parker ranks among the league's best point guards.
To be in the conversation, I think, is totally appropriate. And Tony is very often not even in the conversation when people talk about top 10 guards and that sort of thing, which has always amazed me. All you hear is all the other names, whoever the new young guard is. And there's a lot of great ones. But to leave his name out seems ridiculous to me.
Pop breaking it down and telling it like it is as usual, Clark. You got to love having a guy like that as your coach.
Without question. I mean, you have no idea how huge that is for a player to get that kind of support and backing from his coach. Is Tony Parker a great all-star and champion? In my book, absolutely, without question. But would he have reached that level without Greg Popovich as his coach? I think even Tony would tell you, probably not.
And thanks for tuning in as we get back to the action of our broadcast here of Game 6. And the Trailblazers have really been rolling, haven't they?
How good has the ball movement been here? Just absolutely terrific.
Boy, that kind of timely passing, Greg, really fun to watch.
And for Portland, Prodigy is up there with the Prodigy. And there's the Prodigy. And there's the Prodigy. And it's the Prodigy in at the pivot spot, manning the middle. The Spurs have made 3 free throws so far. Haven't missed any.
2 shots.
All right, now, take a break. Take a break. 2 shots.
First one falls for him. So he gets them both. Portland leading by 17. Here's the Prodigy. Shoots from 12. The shot is off.
Boy, they were ready for him right there. I mean, totally collapsed the defense on him.
Just over 1 minute has passed here in the second quarter. That is good.
They're finding lanes to the hoop now with consistency. 5 buckets in a row from the paint.
And on the flip side, Greg, the defenders have to show more fight on the interior. They've got to offer more resistance here.
Here's the prodigy. Quiet so far offensively, searching for his first points of the game.
And good passing, setting up a lot of these buckets right now, Kevin. That's been the key.
Dime-dropping delights is what I call it.
Yeah, that was a nice pass. I will give you that one.
Yeah, he's on the money, that's no doubt.
And folks, those are hops you just don't see from that one spot every day.
Well, that's why he is such an uncommon talent.
Yep, uncommon and unparalleled. I mean, he makes things happen out there for sure.
Here's the natural. Portland making their last shot. Six on the shot clock. It's tipped. And they're going to count the bucket and send him to the line. It could be a three-point play.
They're scoring boatloads of buckets. It's raining buckets from inside.
Well, the defensive rotations, Greg, have been a step slow, and it's really helped them get that ball inside time after time.
The natural, he's checked in for the Spurs.
Hitting your free throws is a good way to get back into it. It stops the clock and extends the game. I mean, you want to take advantage of that situation. And they're shooting much better from the line here in the second quarter. So far, they haven't missed one.
Here's the prodigy. He hasn't scored yet. That, I'm sure, will change. The prodigy passes to the prodigy.
Yeah, just nice strength there, and then just off with the shot.
Boy, with all the contact he drew there, Greg, that would have been a heck of a bucket. He nearly got it to go.
First trip to the line for him here.
2 shots.
Okay, gentlemen, 2 shots. 2 shots.
And the first one drops. That's also good, so he hits both free throws. Second quarter of play with almost 3 minutes gone.
Timeout Spurs. And now, your Spurs dance team.
And now Doris Burke has an update from the sidelines.
Hi, Kevin. I was able to hear the advice Terry Stotts gave to his team during that last break. He told his guys that their offense needed to run through the prodigy. Their offense is most effective, Coach said, when he is most involved. And they're looking for total involvement from him for the rest of this game. He also said he wants them going hard to the boards at both ends of the floor, not just the defensive backboards. So, Kevin, change is already being made on the fly here in the second quarter.
All right, Doris, thanks. And that'll be San Antonio as it goes out of bounds. Spurs retain possession. Played in with a nice touch off the glass. Here in the second quarter, about 3 minutes played. There's the screen. The prodigy passes to Aldridge. Unloads. That's it. He's got 2 made now, and he's shooting 2 for 3. Spurs trail by 17. Now the pass to Ball. Here in the second quarter, just under 3.5 minutes played. That is good.
You can't afford to get him that kind of a look.
Well, you know, he came off a good screen, but still, as a defender, you've got to do a better job of fighting over and through that.
Here's the prodigy. No scoring yet from him, but that's likely to change.
He's a big reason why they have the lead right now. He's made all of his field goal attempts thus far and remains hot from the floor.
To the inside, and he gets it to go.
After going scoreless in the first, he's really found a way to turn it on here in the second quarter.
Ripped away. Pass the ball. Inside, 11 feet away, and another basket for San Antonio. Portland leading by 14. And there's the feed to Aldridge. Goes up the baseline. Can't hit. So the Spurs will take it the other way. Passes it to the natural. And another basket for San Antonio. For Portland, they've gotten just over 50% of their shots to drop here in the second quarter. They're 5 for 9. Here's the prodigy. Clock at 4. Wing shot on the way. Connects. The jumper drops. The prodigy's got his first basket of the night.
And look at how quick he was to bite on the pump fake. Left his feet way too soon.
Puts it up from 12. The shot drops. His shooting percentage improves. He's 3 for 7 now with that basket.
And the D is having problems stopping the mid-range jumper. They're not really closing out on them as much as they should be.
6 of their last 10 points have come by way of the two-pointer. And did not seem happy about how things are going on right now, and maybe wants to make some changes.
I agree. I mean, just was not comfortable with the way things were set up at that particular time. And in that case, I think it's the right thing to do.
Here's a look at the 2K leaderboard with the list of the best shooters during the postseason. You take a look at the prodigy, 4th in the league and as consistent as they come. They set the pick. Here's the prodigy. Can't convert after the good screen.
And no excuse there for missing that one after being freed up by a great pick.
Yeah, I agree with you. I mean, they came away empty, but they got the look they wanted, and really, I like the movement and communication there.
Aldridge, the pass to the prodigy. Dishes it to Aldridge. Portland, no good that time either. Spurs trail by 9. The pass to ball. And there's the whistle. Fouled hard on the shot. He'll go to the line.
That's his second personal foul.
2 shots, gentlemen. 2.
First trip to the free throw line for him in this one.
Ball. 2 shots.
Okay, gentlemen. 2 shots. 2 shots.
And the first one at the line is good. Good on both. Trailblazers leading by 7. Kicks to Aldridge. No good again that time.
He just has not been able to get into that groove yet, guys, but as a whole, it hasn't affected them too much.
can't capitalize on the good screen. Pass to the Prodigy. And he's good on the 3-ball. The Prodigy's got himself on the board with 3 there.
Talk about doing a Rip Van Winkle on defense. Come on, guys, wake up. Why are they leaving him open at the 3-point line? Come on.
Spurs working the ball around now. Sinks the 15-footer. 8 points for him.
Shots are just flowing him right now, having a really strong quarter.
Bell is checked in for San Antonio. Champs checked in for Portland. And Portland has possession. Their biggest lead of the game was 21.
Pressure on the interior defenders with the way they work down low.
It's becoming a theme in this game, Clark. They are piling up the points in the paint.
Passes it to the natural. To the left wing. 6 on the shot clock. The Spurs need to get a shot off here. And the shot is good. Bell's got 19 points.
He is setting this place on fire, fellas. His shooting has been off the charts.
Aldridge with 5 points in the game. It's deflected. To the paint. Good on that shot, and with that, the Trailblazer lead is cut down now to just 6, and the basket from Bell.
Crisp pass into the paint.
Aldridge, the pass to the Prodigy. His 3-pointers off the mark. Here's San Antonio now. They're on a 19-7 run. There's the pass to the natural. To the wing on the left. Pass the ball. And the basket for the 4th time from the field. He's a healthy 4 for 6.
He has been fantastic this quarter, guys. It's just the kind of effort they need if they're going to continue to trim the lead.
Here's Aldridge, and he bangs it home with one hand.
I tell you what, he can do a lot more damage to that rim than that when he wants to.
And you know, Clark, with the lead they're enjoying, I'm surprised he didn't put a little something extra on that one.
Me too.
Well, I'll tell you what, I'm glad he didn't, because otherwise we'd probably have a 45-minute delay here if he shattered the backboard.
The basket counts and 1. He'll go to the line with a chance to make it a 3-point play. The Trailblazers have gone a perfect 7 of 7 from the line tonight. So both teams changing it up here.
One shot. Mind the lanes. Mind the lanes. One shot.
And they have yet to miss a shot from the line here this quarter.
Yeah, you have to make teams pay for fouling you. That's why they call them free. And they've done exactly that. Made them pay.
Kept alive. Goes up again. That one's in there. The Trailblazer lead is cut down to 7 on the bucket from Bell.
They've slowed down casting those triples here in the second.
And Clark, I'd like to see them go back outside. They've been shooting well from the perimeter.
Taking it to the rack with power right there.
And hammering down with the two-handed slam.
Just piling on the lead with the dunk like that. That's the kind of D you need when he's got the ball near the hoop. They were all over.
Such a wide open look. 9 points for Champ.
You know, it's really hard not to notice the difference in the passing of these two teams today.
It's a stark discrepancy when you look at the assist columns and you see that difference as far as the fluidity in their respective offenses.
Tacks a few more points onto their lead with the tomahawk.
Ah, that's bringing it down hard, Clark.
Yes,
Bring it down hard,
yes,
my brother.
Yes, symbolic there as well of the effort here tonight. Wow, what a special performance this guy's putting on from long range.
Well, that has been his shot today. No ifs, ands, or buts about it.
An emphatic alley-oop jam.
And the lead just grows on that ridiculous offensive sequence.
You know, Clark, that dunk alone would have been spectacular. Never mind it coming at the end of an alley-oop.
Yeah, that just added more to it.
And you know, guys, right now, they're starting to flatline, just hanging on here for dear life. Textbook, nice pass, great catch, even better finish. And he's been the catalyst all game long. Love how he's distributing the basketball.
No doubt about it, Greg. I mean, when the offense runs through him, It's really smooth.
And he's clearly led the way offensively. The question is, can they ride him and get back into it?
Right wing. Here's Aldrich. And again, it's Portland converting.
Perfect approach for what the D was showing on that possession.
There's the pick. Now the dish to Bell. Plays it in without an inch of room around him. Bell's got 29.
Offensively, it's been a perfect quarter for him. He hasn't missed a single shot. And the interior D is really starting to be exposed here. How many layups have they gotten today?
And he drops in the layup off the glass. He's got 10.
That kind of power move has become a trademark of his.
And so we conclude the first half. Trailblazers lead by 9. And now we'll send it down to Doris Burke, who's standing by courtside.
Coach, you're going to have to climb a bit of a hill here in the second half. What are you telling your guys they need to do to turn this thing around?
I think we just moved the ball a little bit. We were just on the dribble a little bit too much, and there's got a lot of pressure out there, so the ball's got to move.
Coach, thanks for the time. Gentlemen, back to you at the table.
Thank you, Doris. And we'll be back after halftime for the start of the second half.
The 2K Sports Halftime Show.
And welcome, everybody. Glad to have you back for this NBA postseason halftime report. Ernie Johnson alongside me, Kenny the Jet Smith, and Shaquille O'Neal. Taking a look at the Trailblazers, this is do or die for them tonight. And they're playing their hearts out. They built a nice lead for themselves, and if they can put together another half like the one they just played, this series may not be ending here in Game 6. Shaq, how do you think the Trailblazers were playing?
Well, the perimeter shooting is the reason they're ahead. I think we'll probably see more of that in the second half, especially if they can stay hot. Man, that's so hot, I got to take my suit off.
Kenny, how do you think San Antonio played?
Well, they're facing a very hot team in the first half. I mean, guys are shooting the ball lights out. But you have to do more to get stops. I mean, tough defense is the key. And if you put pressure on the ball and more bodying up down low, that's going to establish more aggressive tone that might shut them down in the second half.
Just about time for the third quarter to get underway, and we'll see you again at the Horn.
We welcome you back here to the coverage of the Western Conference semifinals.
What a game we've seen here for Bell. He has 29 points and 4 assists as well. Passing and free throws, those are two areas where you love to get production.
And I like the fact that he's been a positive player all day. Hasn't had a lot of errors in the game.
Spurs trail by 9. And now let's check out the lineups courtesy of Gatorade, all fueled up and ready to go for the second half of basketball. On the court right now for the Spurs. Here's the Prodigy following the three-pointer by San Antonio. The Prodigy played in with a nice touch off the glass. The Prodigy's got 29 in the game.
That makes it 10 of their last 12 points coming from inside the painted area.
And really something that the defense has to address. Nice move and finish. I think the halftime break really gave him a second win.
And Portland has possession after the basket by San Antonio. And that one is stuffed right through.
Easy to see who's going to win that race.
Yeah, early offense is often easy offense. Excellent work that time.
Got a piece of it, and he's able to get it back. Good ball movement here by the Trailblazers. He was all alone on that one. The Prodigy's got himself on the board with 3 there.
And I want to see more of that from him. I mean, he's been passing up on his shot more than usual, even though he's hitting the ones that he takes.
He's clobbered. He'll get 3 shots at the line.
Yeah, you hate to give up a foul on a three-point attempt.
Yeah, unnecessary. I mean, make them earn those points from deep. Don't give them to them free at the line.
The Spurs have been at their finest form at the free throw line tonight. 8 attempts, 8 makes.
Take a breather, gentlemen. 3 shots. 3 shots.
A free throw drops for Bell. And he sinks the second. It's good, and he's 100% from the line thus far.
Kevin, no surprise. They've capitalized on their opportunities at the free throw line. That's their MO.
They set the pick. Goes up off the pick, and he comes off the screen and slams it through.
And guys, that's one of the more basic plays in anybody's playbook, but not to mention also truly one of the best.
And Greg, the pick frees him up, and Clark, the dunk, caps it off.
Well, you know, for me, guys, it's all about positioning and anticipation on those screen plays, and they got it right there.
And for a power forward, he can sure get up. I mean, because of that leaping ability, it kind of offsets his height disadvantage.
Here's the prodigy. Lead pass was put in just the right spot. And that's 15 points for Champ.
You know, that's a case there, Kevin, of him making a pass to a spot, and then he let his teammate run right into it. Well executed.
Tries from 10, and off the prior, and in it goes. 14 points for the natural.
3 consecutive baskets have come right at the rim. The defense had better start buckling down and tightening up.
Guys, they are getting exposed in terms of their low post defense.
A little over 2.5 minutes off the clock in this final half of play. Passes to the natural. Here's the prodigy. Tries again. He lays it in. 17 points for Champ.
And that's a great play on the backboard for him. I mean, it's what we expect. All his second chance points do not come by accident.
It's been quite a game for the prodigy.
He's in one heck of a groove with the scoring. They're going to talk it over and try to figure out how to slow him down.
Catch up with Doris from the sideline.
Hi, Kevin. I was able to hear the advice Terry Stotts gave to his team during that last break. He told his guys that their offense needed to run through the natural. Coach reminded his guys that he is the centerpiece of their offense, and he's the one they want with the most freedom to operate. Those are likely not the last adjustments they make today, guys. There's still time left in this one. Back to you, Kevin.
Thanks, Doris. Here's the prodigy. Here's the prodigy. An easy 2 points on the layup. And now it's an 8-point Portland lead.
He has really shot the ball extremely well, as you'd expect. Like we say, he's been making sweet string music all day long.
Shot clock at 5.
He's doing his best to carry him, fellas, but he can only do so much. Things would be different for them if he was getting a little more help.
Here's Champ. Good for the basket, number 9. He's only missed 2 shots from the floor all night.
Very high-quality shot. Can't get enough of those.
Feeds it to Bell. Takes a 3. Can't get it to go.
You know what, though? Sometimes you can be too open. I think it may have surprised him, and that's why he missed.
Portland moving the ball around. Diaz the pass to Champ. A prodigy, and that one goes in as he is fouled. It'll be 3 points if he converts at the line. And let's take a moment, guys, to get your take on the scoring so far for the Trailblazers.
Boy, their passing has been picturesque, a thing of beauty in both halves. More than a few of their baskets have come off assists.
Couple that with just how well they've shot it from beyond, and they've made this thing look easy.
Catching up on the changes for Portland. The prodigy, he's checked in for Champ. The prodigy comes in for the natural. And it's the prodigy in for the prodigy. So it's the Spurs now. They trail by 11. Here's the natural. Over to the left wing. The pass to the natural. 6 to shoot. The 19-foot shot, and the basket good. A bank shot that time. 11 points in the game.
And he's been passive today, but maybe that's what he needs to get him going, because for them to be successful, he's got to be a little more selfish.
San Antonio with the ball. The Blazers getting the bucket.
And you saw how quick the defense was. They were ready for him. They got the hand in the face there and made that much more difficult.
Yeah, and every team needs that kind of rugged interior defense because you want to try to distract your opponents when they get inside, and you also want to make them uncomfortable in their shot attempts.
So it's San Antonio now after the Trailblazers pick up 2. To the wing on the left. It's stolen. Here's the prodigy. He has 5. Pass to the prodigy. Here's the prodigy. And the Trailblazers getting another bucket right there.
And I like how he draws the attention on the inside, and then the nice little kick out in rhythm for the jumper.
Here's the natural. A strong finish under heavy pressure all over. The natural's got 8 points here in this quarter. The prodigy passes to Lee. Here's the prodigy. And again, it's Portland converting.
That's their 3rd straight make off an assist.
Great ball movement.
Doubled by Lee. Clock at 6. Pass to the natural. And a kind roll that time off the rim as that one falls. He's got 13.
Well, he certainly isn't the one to blame for them being in the hole. He's been on the money with his game.
Here's the prodigy, and he gets it to go.
Impressive, really, from that short 17 area. They are not missing many.
You're exactly right. I mean, they've banged home 8 of their last 10 points on mid-range jumpers.
Here's the natural. Covered by Lee. Out to the right wing. And the pass to the natural. And that one's good. The natural's got 10 points here in the second half. Here's the prodigy. He's got 9. To the inside. And he takes it in for the layup off a very nice feed. 8 points for the prodigy.
Boy, he picked him out brilliantly with that feed inside.
Pass the ball. There's the screen. Takes the 3. Got it. Number 7 on the night. 7 for 11 from the floor. Trailblazers leading by 12. Here's the prodigy. Goes back up. He muscles it in through the contact, and they call the foul. And he's on his way to the free throw line.
That's something they need to do more of. Get after it on the glass. Go get those boards.
Clark, it wouldn't hurt. Some extra possessions would definitely help narrow the gap and maybe swing the momentum.
For Portland, they have been exceptional shooting free throws tonight, going 9 for 9.
One shot, gentlemen.
Spurs trail by 15. Pass the ball. And it's San Antonio with another. And for Portland, they're shooting the lights out in this one, 77%. Out to Lee. Fires it up. No good from the wing.
And you really thought that was going to be a gimme, but unable to convert.
Yeah, and a little self-talk, angry self-talk for himself after that miss.
And he's finally getting the feel from beyond. His second three of the half right there.
Here's the prodigy. Falls back and drains the fadeaway jumper. The prodigy's got 5 points now in the quarter. To the wing on the left. To the paint. And down it goes. Dunked through off a wonderful assist.
And that's some inspiration. Steals, blocks, and a big dunk. Those are ways that you can really change the momentum in a game.
Well, they got to chip away, Clark, at that deficit, and no doubt that'll help.
And that's what he's out there for, guys. I mean, he is an electrifying player, no doubt.
And again, it's San Antonio with a three.
They're getting a bunch of their points outside of the paint. 3 of their last 5 buckets are from three-point range.
The defense is just not closing out quick enough.
Here's the prodigy. 11 points in the game. Good.
Give an assist there, not for the pass, but for the solid screen set on the inside that freed him up and made the layup possible.
To the middle. An amazing finish with a hand right in his face. 9 points in the game so far.
They're not as aggressive from the outside here. Maybe they should think about stretching the defense a little bit, like they did in the first half. I mean, stretching the defense makes it easier to score inside, too.
Now here's Lee. He's got 22. Here's the prodigy. Again, the Trailblazers good for 2.
It's really been a tale of 2 halves, guys. A slow start, but this quarter, he has really been the man.
Oh, wow. I mean, just beautiful.
You know, sort of surprising he goes for a slam that difficult while they're trailing.
Yeah, but still, you know what? A magnificent move to the rim.
I tell you what, guys, I don't care what the score is. That's the play we're going to remember when this game is over.
No good. Spurs trail by 9. For the 3. And again, it's the Spurs from deep.
Wow, check out that assist. That's a pair of teammates that are clearly on the same page.
Misses in close.
A chance here to go 2 for 1.
Boy, they've got to ramp up the speed and make it happen in a hurry.
The 9-foot shot, and Lee pulls it down. Lee's got his 3rd rebound tonight. All sorts of time. Buries the jump shot. Lee's got 24 points. So it's the Spurs now. 8-point game. And no good. Trying to use the gloves. The 17-footer. Good. 26 points for him.
And that's just showing off right there, guys. I mean, he is too good with that crossover.
And as we end the 3rd quarter, a double-digit deficit will make it tough to come back. Portland out in front, up 10. Live from the AT&T Center in San Antonio, you're watching 2K Sports. Well, welcome back as we get set to start the 4th. Portland leading by 10. And on the floor for Portland here in the 4th. They've got the prodigy, the natural out there with Champ. And there's the prodigy. And it's Diaz in at the 1 spot.
Oh, such a field shot there, the floater.
There's the pass to the natural. And he's good on the 3-ball. The natural's got 24.
He has really made an impact from beyond today. That's another triple.
Well, that's where he's been doing all of his damage. And with a couple more from out there, we'll have a real ball game on our hands here.
Defensively, they just look out of sync, not closing out on the threes in time.
Well, I think they're getting caught in that in-between zone, no man's land, giving up 3 straight from beyond the arc right now.
And the officials whistle a foul on the shot. The bucket's good. He'll go to the line.
His second worst first team. Number 21.
And some stats here, guys. The scoring breakdown for the Spurs.
When they've had a chance to attack the basket at any point in this game, they've taken advantage.
They've also been pounding it inside tonight and coming away with a lot of points in the paint. I call those PIPs.
One minute now into this fourth quarter. Pass to Champ. Here's the prodigy, defended by Bell. Here's the prodigy. Here's Aldrich. Gets to the corner and buries it.
And tired legs affect you at the defensive end first, and that's what we're seeing here.
You called it, Greg. As much offense as we saw early, we're seeing even more of it here late.
And he hits it and gets hacked on the play. A 3-point possibility if he can convert the free throw.
And you can sense things now starting to tighten up. Their offense has become unstoppable.
And, Greg, I'm not quite sure why it took them as long as it did to finally get things going, but as we always say, better late than never.
One shot.
They're locked in from the charity stripe this half. Not a miss yet.
And trying to cut into this lead, they need every edge they can get.
They set the pick. Passes it to Diaz. Some nice ball movement here by the Trailblazers. And he gets it to go. And that's 15 points for the prodigy. San Antonio with the ball. They're on a 12-4 run right now. Out to the right wing. Bell up on top to the right side. Just 5 to shoot. The pass to the natural. And he dunks it down.
A nice run they put together here to bring it a little closer.
Yeah, they got hot. And I didn't think I'd be saying this a little while ago, but now this game's up for grabs.
And that one's good. And that's 21 points for Champ.
It's starting to look like a repeat of last night, guys. He's battling really hard out there.
Taken away. Here's the natural. Pass to Diaz. Again, the Trailblazers score. And just about 3 minutes through the fourth quarter here. They set the screen to the left wing. Out to the right wing. 5 on the clock. And here is Aldrich. Passes it to Diaz. Here's the prodigy. Lucky 7 drops in. He's perfect from the floor. 7 for 7.
And that's exactly how they've gotten the lead right here. Easily, he's been their most consistent performer.
As simple as it gets. He's hitting everything he's looked at. He's feeding the fire. Cutting into that lead a little bit. Way to finish.
And the basket is still shaking.
Oh, I mean, he has got power in bunches on that two-hand.
And the pass to Champ. Here's the natural. That's tipped. And again, it's San Antonio with a 3.
Defenders need to recognize and be alert to staying on him as we get into crunch time. Boy, oh boy, to be young again. My, oh my. You got me thinking back to my days.
Oh, yeah, right. It does make you nostalgic, doesn't it?
Well, speak for yourself, because I could never put it down like that, but I will say it sure looks fun, doesn't it?
There's 6 points on consecutive 3 balls. They're finding holes in this defense.
And no doubt the defense had better play a little tighter.
Spurs trail by 4. Pass to Bell. From the lane. Can't get it to go. Now the Trailblazers take it the other way. A shot's good from Aldridge.
Excellent work there in transition.
Yeah, I think it's always better to go early in transition, to attack when it's there, because oftentimes you can beat the defense down the floor.
And that one's good.
Big time bucket there, and you can expect to see him stay very involved the rest of the way.
Here's Champ, powered down after the assist, let him into the lane.
You know what? That's what you like to see, a perfect pass leading him right into the shot. Didn't even have to break stride.
The natural, the pass to the natural. Shoots off the step back, and another basket for San Antonio.
How good is that? I mean, he can make a defender look foolish at times.
Can't get it to go.
This is not the slam dunk contest. You don't get do-overs. You got to finish the job.
And the Spurs scoring again. Portland leading. Pass to the natural. Here's the prodigy. He feeds it to Aldridge. Here's the prodigy, and right on target with the swish. The prodigy's got 17 points here in the second half. Dishes to Bell. Inside. Goes up and lays it nice and easy.
Loose D here. Critical stretch. I mean, you better off sending him to the free throw lines than to have him get that good a look.
And he gets it to go. 27 points for Champ.
He's been hot here in the fourth, contributing big at the right time.
And he's, let's face it, hitting everything. A perfect 4 of 4 in the quarter.
Here's Bell, and it's San Antonio with another. The Trailblazers shooting an almost unfair 78% from the field. Here's Aldridge. There's a good screen. Passes it to the natural. Here's the natural, and there's the whistle. Fouled hard on the shot. He'll go to the line.
No slowing him down. Just incredible numbers for the natural. 22 points. He's played the role of the pest today, too. I mean, he's caused a bunch of turnovers.
And it also tells you just how high his basketball IQ is. I mean, seeing plays develop before anyone else does on the court.
Makes it, and the next one could tie it up. So both teams changing it up here. That one drops. He ties it up. Here's the prodigy. Oh, and there's the alley-oop. Rebounded by Bell.
And the rebound battle split evenly thus far.
Yeah, tit for tat on the glass. Just one more aspect of what's been a very closely contested ball game here.
On target from 13 feet. Bell's got 43 points.
And you talk about fighting your way back into a game. They've shown a lot of grit in this comeback.
They sure did, Greg. And I like the fact they never put their chin in their chest when they were down early. I mean, they were down big early. They were composed, and they never got desperate and stayed within themselves. Very impressive. They're perfectly content to keep going to that mid-range jumper. If the defense is going to give it to them, they'll take it all day.
It's about getting open looks, and they've used that shot with great effect here tonight.
Doubled by Lee. Spurs passing it around. The feed now to Bell. Releases from 15, and there's the pass to the natural. That three off the mark. And for Portland, they're shooting the lights out in this one, 77%. Wasted no time on that one. 32 points for Champ.
First three of the half, second of the game. Can he heat up?
He is an automatic finisher when he gets into that area.
You know, he fixed the simple one-handed stuff to get the 2 points.
Yeah, and in a close game, though, guys, those could be really important points.
Pass to the natural. And the Trailblazers, another three.
He's such a clutch shooter, Kevin. He just lives for the big shot.
Kicks it to Bell. Lays it up, and despite of the excellent defense at that, Bell's got 18 points just in the second half. Here's the prodigy, Lee, and he can't jam it through.
You rarely see him missing dunks, but the defender was right in his face on that one, and it threw him off just enough.
Passes to the natural. To the wing right side. To the wing right side. Goes up high for the two-handed dunk.
How about that fantastic finish and the aggressive move, too, Kevin?
Trying to send a message, Clark, with that slam, I think.
And I'm not sure if it was text or email, but he definitely threw that one down.
And now, your Spurs dance team.
Update now from Doris Burke, who's across the way on the sideline.
Hi, Kevin. I was able to hear the advice Terry Stotts gave to his team during that last break. He told them, the game is right there for the taking, fellas, but we've got to be first. First to loose balls, first to the rim. We have to give our all right here. Kevin, now's the time.
And now, your Spurs dance team.
From 10 feet out, and it's San Antonio with another.
I'm sure they're satisfied with that possession, guys. Very nice shot that time.
.153 left to play here in the fourth. Here's the prodigy, banked in off the glass. The prodigy's got 36.
And he has just been in a flow offensively. Terrific game. He has been the X factor.
.149 left in the fourth quarter. And the whistle blows on the backcourt violation. He went over and back.
He went a decent amount of time before his first turnover there. It's really been a good, safe stretch of basketball from him to this point.
We've got 1:48 left to play in the final quarter. And there's the pass to the natural. A floater, and it's good on the layup. And now a 4-point Trailblazer lead.
Oh, terrific way to finish that move there, going to the basket.
That's good.
Nice touch there near the hoop.
Portland's gone 2 for 2 from three-point land to start the fourth quarter. To the middle. Great pass to set up the lay-in. 34 points for Champ.
And he's made 7 of his last 8 shots. That is the definition of clutch.
It's deflected. Here's the prodigy. Here's the prodigy. And the Trailblazers, another 3.
There you go. That's the stroke we saw in the first half. It's going to take something special for them to come back now.
Well, I would say something special and some luck as well, or good fortune, however you want to phrase it.
That's the Champ. It's tipped. It's stolen by Bell. Here's the natural. Great D on that shot, and it's off the mark. To the middle. Here's the prodigy, and he floats in for the easy 2. Credit the assist on that one.
And with that basket, you'd have to think this lead is secure.
I'm almost ready to go there with you, partner. Not quite. I'm hanging around at that 98% mark, so it's just about done, but I need a little more evidence to close the book on.
That's his second personal foul.
And Portland with the ball. Their biggest lead of the game was 21. And now they decide to foul intentionally.
That's his second personal foul. At the line for the Spurs, Diaz. At the line for 2.
And he misses the first one. Boy, he wanted that one to fall. And he ends up making the second, and that increases their lead to 6. We've got 28 seconds left in the fourth quarter.
Superb assist there. He played the role of the maestro on that one.
And that's an intentional foul.
Number 15. That's his third personal foul. At the line of scrimmage.
So the first one drops, and that puts them up by 5. Second one is good. Hitting both at the line, and it's a 6-point ball game.
Perfectly done at the strike there. That brings their lead up to an even more comfortable level.
Here's Bell. It falls. And now they trail by just 4.
Sensational pass. Even in mid-shot, he still saw the open man.
And they stop the clock as soon as they can with the intentional foul.
You have to foul, but I'm sure they would have liked to foul someone different.
Yeah, but Greg, they didn't really have another option. I mean, I thought they did a nice job getting it in his hands and making sure he was the guy who'd go to the line.
Second one is good. Getting both at the line, and it's a 6-point ball game.
Time running low here.
A quick score, Greg, and then probably foul him right away.
Lee with the steal. Pushing it up. Finished off the break.
And Clark, that's really deflating for a team to cough up the ball and have it turn into points immediately on the other end.
You know, Greg, it feels like
the 2K Sports post-game show.
Ernie Johnson again, folks, alongside Kenny the Jet Smith. And how'd you feel about his performance?
Just an unreal performance for him in so many ways. That was a player at the absolute,
And that is it for this broadcast of Round 2 of the NBA playoffs. For myself, Ernie Johnson, Kenny Smith, Shaquille O'Neal, Kevin Harlan, and the entire 2K Sports crew,
The 2K Sports pregame show.
welcome everybody. Tension running high here prior to Game 6 of this Round 2 series. Ernie Johnson and Kenny Smith and Shaquille O'Neal. We don't have any tension here, but certainly there is tension heading in to this next game of the playoffs. We'll watch the Phoenix Suns in this one as they go up against the Minnesota Timberwolves at Target Center. For the Timberwolves, an exciting Game 5. It went to overtime. Unfortunately, they came up short in the end, and they're hungry to make up for it tonight. So they'll be looking to close things out here at home. Won't be easy for them, obviously. Kenny, what mentality do they need to have to finish the series tonight?
Well, the first thing, Ernie, you got to play with confidence. You know, you have to play with a sense of urgency. Then you can feed off the crowd if you do that. But most importantly, to set the tone early. Do not allow them to get any kind of glimpse of hope.
But what they can't do is rely on Game 7 as a backup plan. They need to play every loose ball, all the hustle plays, avoid mistakes, compete on each possession, and then maybe they can get it done.
Got to come right out and hit him right in the mouth.
Right in the mouth.
Kind of like our show. Don't you ever want to just hit Kenny right in the mouth?
Every day.
Oh, man.
You ever want to hit Shaq in the mouth?
No, man. That's what makes me feel so bad right now.
What?
He wants to hit me. I didn't want to hit him.
You don't want to hit me.
It's hurting me right now.
I'll take it back. Strike that from the tape upstairs in production.
Thank you.
Keep it. We'll see you later.
6 of the Western Conference semifinals here. Welcome, everyone, to the NBA playoffs on 2K Sports. Along with Greg Anthony, Clark Kellogg, and our sideline reporter, Doris Burke, this is Kevin Harlan. It's the Phoenix Suns taking on the Minnesota Timberwolves. You look at Minnesota with their hometown fans cheering them on. They'll look to close out this series and complete the upset.
Wow. And the fans will play a role tonight, guys. You can tell that already. I mean, they're determined to help this team close it out. They're treating this game like it's a Game 7, like there's no tomorrow.
Yeah, and even though it's technically not a do-or-die situation, they got to treat it that way. I mean, because if you go on the road for Game 7, that is not the inviting scenario you want. So very tough to win a deciding game under those circumstances on the road.
All fueled up and ready to go. Brought to you by Gatorade. Let's check out who's on the floor. Setting the floor for the Suns. The natural out there with the natural. And it's the natural. Then there's Brown. And it's Henderson in at the shooting guard. So it's Phoenix now after the basket by Minnesota. Shot clock at 5. Lets the 3 fly. Another 3 for Phoenix.
The defender there in the neighborhood, but not quite close enough. Good shot.
Down low, here's Palmer, and it's thrown down hard with both hands.
You know, he might be small for a center, but it doesn't really matter because he can jump out of the building.
Brown dishes to James. Brown outside. Another 3 for Phoenix.
How in the world did they let him get that wide open?
We'll go to Doris Burke, who moments ago spoke with head coach Flip Saunders. And Doris, what do you have to say?
He said, make no mistake, I consider this a must-win game for us. We need to close out this series here at home or we'll put ourselves in a tough position. Winning a deciding game on the road will be no piece of cake. The rest of the series should be interesting, Kevin.
Thanks, Doris. Here's Henderson. After the basket by Minnesota, there's the screen. And taken away by Brown. McDonald passes to Palmer. Reynolds. He goes up again, and the layup is good. The Prodigy's got his second bucket tonight.
They're off and running. Good start here. They've knocked down 4 of their first 5.
Henderson kicks to Brown. Another 3 for Phoenix.
Boy, such outstanding patience and decision-making for them offensively.
Absolutely. Their ball movement has been outstanding, and they're piling up the assists.
Now here's Brown. He's got 9. Now the feed to Henderson. Got a piece of it.
Not a problem when that's your first miss of the game. Strong start.
Count the bucket.
Really nice way to get your first bucket of the day.
Passes it to the natural. 3-pointer. Another 3 for Phoenix.
Well, that's one way he can finish, but far from the only way he gets it done. He's got all kinds of tricks up his sleeve.
Sheer, unadulterated power right there. I mean, he ripped it down with both hands.
Absolutely. A resounding dunk.
Just a take-no-chance slam by the big fella.
Wilson the pass to the natural. Now here's Henderson. D right on him. The Suns need to get a shot off. Can't connect from long distance.
And sometimes he can hit that deep 3, but it's not a high percentage shot for him.
Yeah, even for him, that's out of his range.
To the paint, here's Palmer. And 2 free throws coming up as he misses that one. Drawing the whistle and a lot of contact there. And a chance for just a second to check out the scoring breakdown for the Suns.
Well, I'll tell you what, they must have had a good shoot-around because they've been fantastic from long range so far, fellas.
Also, guys, the passing has been terrific in the first half. They'll be happy with all those assists.
The first one falls. So he gets them both.
Just solid. Really one of the very best there is at the free throw line.
There's the pick. Brown kicks to Henderson. He feeds it to James. Nice ball movement by Phoenix. Brown the pass to Wilson. Here's the natural. Got it. Good job in the low post. The Naturals got 5 now. Timberwolves trail by 3. And Brown over to help. Here's Palmer. Some solid defense from Brown. Pass to Wilson. James dishes to Henderson. On the wing, Brown. Pulls up. And the Naturals going to pick up the foul. That'll be his second foul of the game.
That's his second foul of the first quarter, and they may want to sit him for a while to avoid number 3.
For Minnesota, they've gone 6 of 9, shooting it well. They double him with James. The Prodigy passes to Brown. Shakes off the strong D and gets to the bucket for 2.
They're finding lanes to the hoop now with consistency. 5 buckets in a row from the paint.
And on the flip side, Greg, the defenders have to show more fight on the interior. They've got to offer more resistance here.
And the Timberwolves with possession here. Following the score by Phoenix. Here's the Prodigy. Wilson grabs the board.
Not sure what the D was doing there. Clearly a breakdown. You can ill afford to give a guy like him that good a look.
Brown the pass to the Natural. The shot is good. And so is his shooting tonight. 3 for 4. And Brown over to help. Here's the Prodigy. Right through the D for the layup. The Prodigy's got his 3rd basket of the night.
Well, if you like offense, that's what you're getting here early on.
This has a little bit of playground feel to it, fellas. I mean, forget about defending. Just outscore the other team. Let it fly.
You know, I think he just wants to tinker with the game plan a little bit, and I think that's a wise timeout.
And part of it, too, Greg, was he saw some things going on out there that he didn't care for.
Give you a look at the players who have stood out at taking high percentage shots in the playoffs. And you look at the Natural, leading the league in field goal percentage. He always gets good looks. Suns leading by 3. Brown kicks to James, to the middle. The basket drops, and he gets fouled on the shot. 1 free throw coming his way.
I tell you what, the post play has been rock solid right off the bat.
It really has, and they've created a lot of high percentage shots in the paint here already.
Phoenix shooting their first free throw of the evening.
1 shot. 1 shot.
What a night so far for the Natural. He's already got 10 points, and from long range, he's hit 1 3-pointer.
And when it's all said and done, I got a suspicion he's going to have a few more. This guy is a high flyer. I mean, especially for a power forward, and he needs to be as an undersized player.
Here's the Prodigy. And Brown over to help. Here's Reynolds. Bangs home the trifecta. The Prodigy's got his first 3 points of the game.
You've got to be in his jersey before he catches. You've got to deny him a catch. Otherwise, he'll hurt you from deep.
Now, here's Brown. 11 points in the game. 6 to shoot. Here's the Natural. That one is good. He's only missed 1 shot of his 6 taken on the floor.
And he's been the catalyst all game long. Love how he's distributing the basketball.
No doubt about it, Greg. I mean, when the offense runs through him, it's really smooth.
And good on the basket. Book it.
He's so tough to guard. He can fake you one way and then just spin right by you.
Wilson the pass to Brown. Henderson with the screen for Brown. The shot by Wilson, no good.
Good little 2-man action there, but they just can't get the shot to fall.
Yeah, but that was a beauty. Good-looking shot, well-executed play. I wouldn't be surprised to see them go back to it.
And it's a defensive 3-second violation. The Timberwolves shooting their third free throw shot of the game. That one drops. He ties it up. The Prodigy, he's checked in for Minnesota. Alexander's checked in for the Suns. The Prodigy passes to Brown. And he takes that one up and powers it through.
Perfect inbounds play there. You couldn't have drawn it up any better.
The dish to James. And they immediately answer back with the dunk at the other end.
Make it 2 hands for safety. That's what they say, right, Kevin?
Yeah, that's right. You got it. And he was ultra safe with that dunk.
No reason not to be.
And guys, as he should be, with all doubt on that attack.
And check out the bounce.
Oh, bounce to the ounce. Clark, how about that?
Yeah.
All right,
You
showing
said
him
it,
off
Kevin.
right there. Good move.
You said it, my man. He's a highlight reel waiting to happen.
And down it goes. Dunked through off a wonderful assist.
Man, can you always depend on him or what to lead you to the right place with that pass? Money.
First trip to the free throw line for him tonight.
One shot. One shot.
Here's Temple. To the middle. Here's Brown. And a foul called on the shot. Got him on the way up that time, so he'll shoot 2 right here.
Terrific game for Brown. He's already got 8 points and 1 steal as well. He's really having a big impact here early.
Not wasting any time today, guys.
All right, now, take a break. Take a break. 2 shots.
The first free throw is good. And Brown drops them both. The Suns trailing. Here's Alexander. He hasn't scored yet. That, I'm sure, will change. The pass to Henderson. He kicks it to James. Some nice ball movement here by the Suns. That's good. Minnesota's gone 1 of 2 from long range in the first quarter. The screen from Brown. Temple, the pass to the Prodigy. There's the pick. Here's Reynolds. Gets it to go from beyond the arc. The Prodigy's got a pair of threes now in the first quarter for the Timberwolves. Here's Alexander. Clock at 6. And he banks in the layup. The Naturals got it all tied up now for Phoenix.
Somebody came to play tonight. 6 out of his first 7.
Wilson grabs the board. Here's Alexander. To the inside. Here's the Natural. And a foul on the shot. He'll go to the stripe for 2.
Way to attack there and then create the contact.
Really as close as you can get to an and one right there. He almost had it.
He made the only free throw attempt he had earlier in the game.
Shooting 2. Shooting 2.
First free throw is good. McRae's checked in for the Prodigy. And a change for the Suns. The Prodigy, he's checked in for the Prodigy. That one falls, so he hits both of them. The Timberwolves trail. Pass to Reynolds. He dishes it to Brown. Down low. Lets it go from 11. And again, it's Minnesota.
He had his head on the swivel and was able to pick out the pass and get the assist.
1:29 left to play in the first quarter. Passes it to Alexander. No one near him. A rebound by the Timberwolves. They look to start a new streak after losing on Monday.
And the effort down the stretch, those final few minutes of regulation, that's what they needed, but they were burnt out in the overtime.
Yeah, that's a good call, Greg. I mean, there was a little bit of a letdown for them in OT, and that can happen after you expend so much energy just to force the overtime.
43 seconds left in the first quarter. The shot is good by McCray. Suns trail by 4. Pass to Wilson. Here's the natural. It's good again, and the next one 7 for 8 shooting night so far.
Still only one misfire as he's now started 7 of 8 in the game.
Here's Temple. Here's Palmer. And James pulls it down.
That is some tough defense there against one of the better finishers in our game.
Over to the left wing. Now the pass to Alexander. Buried from 15 feet out.
And look at how quick he was to bite on the pump fake. Left his feet way too soon.
Tie game in Minnesota. And back with the start of the second quarter in just a moment.
All right, Target Center, coming out of the court now are
We welcome you back here to the coverage of the Western Conference semifinals. And let's quickly break down the game we're watching with the Timberwolves, guys.
It's been a point of emphasis, no doubt, to make sure they attack the rim offensively.
I love the fact they're not settling for outside shots. Keep attacking that rack.
The Timberwolves shooting has been out of this world, 74% from the field. On the court for the Suns, Prodigy is out there with the natural. Then there's the Prodigy. Then there's the Prodigy. And it's James in at the center, filling out the middle. Shot clock at 6. And that one's good.
The D just sagged off just enough, and no hesitation on his part.
Here's Alexander. Here's the Prodigy. Another one falls for Phoenix.
Wow, what a pass there. He made that a very easy basket with that setup.
Dishes to Temple. And another 3 for Minnesota.
That's 2 straight quick three-pointers they've allowed.
Defense just not reacting with enough aggressiveness.
Pass to the Prodigy. There's a screen. Jumper off the screen. And with that shot, the Timberwolves lead is cut down to 2 on the bucket from the Prodigy.
And he came off that screen, and the D just didn't get over the top of him.
Yep, weren't there in time enough to challenge Greg. And when that's the case, you can mark those up for him.
Great job of screening there. Nice job to take it to the rim and get the finish.
And he finishes nicely on the layup. Alexander's got his second basket of the night.
Boy, they keep hammering away at him inside, forcing that ball into the paint. Smash mouth basketball.
And Clark, it's a strategy that has served them well during the course of this first half. You know, he almost pulled the trigger on that possession, but recognized that there was a better option. That's what we need by playing for your teammates.
Here's the Prodigy. Hits the three-point bomb. The Prodigy's got 7 points here in this quarter.
After going scoreless in the first, he's really found a way to turn it on here in the second quarter.
And that's out of bounds. Minnesota will retain possession. Let's take a look at the players who have pulled down the most rebounds during this postseason. And you look at the natural, no doubt one of the most efficient rebounders in the game. And, of course, the natural, doing just as much.
Those two have been really aggressive in the paint so far this postseason. They provided the kind of rebounding you need in this atmosphere.
And so it's going to be a 3-second violation out there on the defense. And a moment to look at the scoring approach in terms of where the points are coming from for the Timberwolves.
You know what, guys? It looks to me like they're really in sync here, all on the same page. They've already got a bunch of assists.
And also knocking down the mid-range because they're making good decisions with the basketball.
To the paint, it's tipped. Passes it to the Prodigy. The shot goes down and it gets this game back to even. The Prodigy's got his first points of the game.
Okay, fans, put your hands together for your Timberwolves dancers.
Let's go over to the sideline with Doris Burke.
Yes, Kevin, during that last break, I heard Jeff Hornacek as he addressed his team. He told them they should be dedicating themselves to hitting the offensive glass with everything they've got from now on, even if that means it takes them away from defensive transition. He also went on to say that he wants to see good movement on the perimeter and plays being run to get their outside shooters open. Maybe making those early adjustments will give them time to judge their effectiveness by halftime. We'll soon find out, Kevin.
Thank you, Doris. Minnesota shooting their 7th free throw attempt here.
One shot. Mind the lanes. Mind the lanes. One shot.
Here in the second quarter, about 3 minutes played.
All right, target center, coming out of the court now are your Timberwolves dancers. Come on, give it up.
And for those of you just joining us, we're in the second quarter with about 3 minutes gone by. And it's blocked. And the pass to Singh. And again, Minnesota with the triple.
Good ball movement. He put that pass in the ideal spot, right where it needed to be.
Here's Alexander, and down it goes, jamming that one home.
And that is a major league flush right there, my friends.
And in a tight contest like this, Greg, that might be just what they need to get the tide rolling in their direction.
You're exactly right. I mean, so often when the team gets that kind of explosive play out of its backcourt, that can really rally and galvanize the whole squad.
That one goes. Count it. And the Timberwolves lead by 6. Pass to the product. Pass to Alexander. 6 to shoot. Here's the Prodigy. Lands soft on the front of the rim and drops. The Prodigy's got 9 points in the quarter.
And defensively, they are on their heels every time the ball comes inside.
Yeah, I think they've got to ramp up the aggressiveness, Greg. I mean, if they don't, things are just going to get worse from here. Good look. He'll make that one most of the time.
Suns trail by 6. Out left to the wing. Another one falls for Phoenix.
And he's clearly led the way offensively. The question is, can they ride him and get back into it?
Here's Temple. Shoots from the baseline. Not enough on that one as it misses. The Prodigy passes to Alexander. Some nice ball movement here by the Suns. Pass to the Prodigy. From outside, off the mark.
Boy, from my angle, it looked like it was in the bottom of the net. Looked good from here.
Yeah, I'm about as shocked as you are, Clark. Assists like that have typified their effort today. Terrific ball movement.
Really a prime example of the difference in how these teams have operated offensively. Much more individual play at the other end.
Here's the Prodigy. Here's Temple. Over to the wing. A 3-ball. Alexander grabs the board. The pass to Jacobs. And a strong finish with 2 hands.
Cutting into that lead a little bit. Way to finish.
And the basket is still shaking.
Oh, I mean, he has got power in bunches on that 2-hand.
Here's Temple. Here's Singh. And he gets it to go, hitting off the back of the rim. He's got 11.
Boy, has he put his foot on the pedal here this quarter. He's doing a terrific job in terms of leading their offense.
Here's the Prodigy. Again, Phoenix.
No matter what the score is, his attitude has been perfect. I love his disposition. He has stayed in attack mode.
He lobs up the alley-oop pass. Throws down the alley-oop slam.
And the lead just grows on that ridiculous offensive sequence.
You know, Clark, that dunk alone would have been spectacular. Never mind it coming at the end of an alley-oop.
Yeah, that just added more to it.
And you know, guys, right now, they're starting to flatline, just hanging on here for dear life. And that's the way you want to defend. Nice job there.
Always important to have that good interior defense.
Feeds to Temple. Fires the 3. And the shot no good from McRae. Suns trail by 7. Here's Alexander. He's got 6. James. That's his 4th basket of the game, and he's only taken 4 shots off to a good start.
I can't believe defenders are not aware. They cannot allow him that position.
Yeah, you're right about that, Greg. He's put a no trespassing allowed on that spot of the floor. It's all his.
And started hot, and he's only gotten hotter.
Timberwolves leading by 3. Temple the pass to McRae. Kicks it to Temple. This one for 3. That's it. He's got 2 made now, and he's shooting 2 for 3.
Of all the guys you want to leave open out on the perimeter, he is the absolute last guy on the list. Attention to detail. Know your personnel.
Second shot opportunity, and he gets contact and the whistle on the shot. 2 shots coming up.
Talk about complete control. Everything working in this one for the Prodigy. He's got 13 points, and he's chalked up 1 3-pointer on the day as well.
And Clark, I'm sure that won't be the last one. A lot of times he can get hot and stay hot from beyond.
Shooting 2. Shooting 2.
And the first one drops. Minnesota making some changes. Brown is checked in for the natural. The prodigy comes in for McCray. And it's the prodigy in for the prodigy. And then for Phoenix, the natural, he's checked in for James. The natural comes in for the prodigy. And it's Brown in for Alexander. And that's good as he hits both of his shots. Minnesota leading by 4. There's the pick. Pass to the prodigy. And Brown over to help. Pulls it up. And again it's Minnesota. Phoenix has gone 1 of 2 on three-pointers here in the second quarter. So outside Wilson. Passes it to the prodigy. And it's a defensive 3-second violation. The Suns have been perfect so far from the free throw line, 6 for 6.
Here in the second quarter, they've made all of their shots from the foul line. And that's a must-do when you're down.
And Phoenix making a change here. Henderson's checked in. Jacobs, the pass to Brown. 5 to shoot. It's Henderson on the wing. Releases. Shot is no good. So Minnesota will take it the other way. And there's the pass to Singh. And again, Minnesota with the triple.
Wow, unconscious has he been this quarter. They're riding that hot hand.
Back to Brown. The feed to Henderson. Pass to Wilson. Nice ball movement by Phoenix. Beyond the arc. And the shot is good. Wilson's got himself going there. His first points of the game on the deep ball.
Back at you. I mean, they immediately get those 3 points back.
Trading spray guns from long range. Trading blows from behind the arc.
Here's Singh. And he was fouled in the act of shooting. Chance here now for a 3-point play.
This is some kind of performance we're seeing from him today. He has yet to miss a shot.
This is his second attempt at the line tonight. The prodigy, he's checked in for the Timberwolves.
One shot. One shot.
Shooting 100% in the quarter. They've made them all, taking full advantage at the line.
I tell you what, nice job making the most of their opportunities.
Now here's Henderson. And Brown over to help. Here's Jacobs. Rebound, Minnesota.
Yeah, but you have to love that tough interior defense.
And, Greg, that's exactly what he gives you. I mean, he's constantly making his presence felt around the rim.
Here's the prodigy, and that basket pushes the lead to double digits. The prodigy's got 8 points.
They're consistently finding ways to get the ball inside and taking full advantage.
Pretty clear, it's smash mouth basketball. Pound that thing inside.
Well, they're not shooting as many from outside here in the second quarter.
They were shooting well early on. I like their spacing. I think they should get back to that.
Now here's Wilson. Brown outside. Henderson passes to the natural. Deflects the pass. And that's out of bounds. Phoenix will retain possession.
You could tell that pass just hung in the air for a long time.
Yeah, exactly. Long enough for him to get a hand on it and knock it out of play.
Henderson passes to Wilson. Just 5 on the clock. And here's Brown outside.
He had a wonderful start to the game, an electric start. But he's really coming back down the earth here now.
And the officials signal the backcourt violation. Not very careful there. The rebound by the Timberwolves.
Man, that is a missed opportunity right there.
And he'll be the first to tell you, Greg, that's one he should have knocked down.
And the first half is now in the books. Timberwolves lead by 8. We'll see you back here after the break for third quarter basketball.
And now, the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
And welcome, everybody. Glad to have you back for this NBA postseason halftime report. Ernie Johnson alongside me, Kenny the Jet Smith, and Shaquille O'Neal. Looking at Minnesota, they clearly can sense how close they are to wrapping up the series in 6 games. They'd love to close it out here and avoid a Game 7. And Shaq, what do you think about what we saw from Minnesota?
The job their guys have done in the post has been terrific. If they get more of that production in the paint next half, they'll be very tough to beat. They're taking advantage of the late rotations, and they're going right inside and straight to the rim.
And Kenny, what are your thoughts on Phoenix?
Well, right now, they're getting a little embarrassed on the defensive end. They got outshot in the first half, but that's because no one put their foot down on defense to stop it. So in the second half, they need to play much more disruptive defensively. They have to do whatever it takes.
All right, and that'll do it for us here. We now take you back to the second half of our game. Kevin Harlan ready with the call.
And thanks for tuning in as we get back to the action of our broadcast here of Game 6. Timberwolves leading by 8. We've got Brown. Prodigy is up there with the Prodigy. Then there's the Prodigy, and it's Palmer in the center position. So that's the Timberwolves 5. There's the dish to Brown, and he dunks it down.
My goodness, he sure can get off the ground.
One of the best in the business for sure.
I tell you what, he is an imposing finisher around the rim. He makes it look a little too easy.
And Brown over to help. Here's the Prodigy, and the layup is good. The Prodigy's got 10 points in the game.
Great way to start the half. Easy layup against some soft D.
Good.
You know, if you're only looking at the way he's played offensively, you'd think his team would have the lead.
Here's the Prodigy. James covering, and that is good. 6 points for the Prodigy.
And they're beginning to just flat out fall apart defensively right now, especially on the interior.
Yeah, and that's 4 straight field goals now, Greg, they've allowed from point-blank range. Can't happen.
Brown the pass to McDonald. Back to Brown. Laid in with a nice touch off the glass. He's got 14.
That's the 10th straight point they've given up in the paint.
And, you know, it doesn't matter how good your defense is on the perimeter if you're going to allow easy ones inside like that.
Here's the Prodigy. The shot no good.
But only the first miss of the second half. They've come out here with authority.
Here's Henderson, and it is flushed down with a nice jam.
Grown man's power flush with the long hang on the rim at the end of it.
Clark, that could be a catalyst for him.
I think you're right.
And we've seen those kinds of plays get them fired up in the past. And that's sort of been the story here today, hasn't it?
Suns trail by 13. Outside Wilson. They set the pick. From 13, and that one's good by Henderson in the game.
And that's got to happen if they want to have a chance to turn this thing around. I mean, he needs to just take the game over. I mean, it seems like he's been hesitant to pull the trigger.
That's how to orchestrate for your teammate. Terrific pass.
All right, target setters, coming out of the court now are your Timberwolves dancers. Come on, give it up.
go quickly over to Doris Burke for an update.
I was able to listen in on what Jeff Hornacek had to say to his team. He told his guys that their offense needed to run through the natural. Coach stressed the importance of getting the ball in his hands as soon as possible at the start of their possessions. No question he's going to be the key guy for them offensively. He also said he wants them going hard to the boards at both ends of the floor, not just the defensive backboards. Coach was not wasting any time in altering their strategy here in the second half. And Kevin, he's going to have to hope those changes take effect quickly.
Always great to hear from you, Doris. The Suns have made the most out of their opportunities at the line. They have yet to miss in 7 attempts.
One shot. Mind the lanes. Mind the lanes. One shot.
Clock keeps going. 3 minutes into the second half now.
Timberwolves timeout call. All right, target center. Coming out of the court now are your Timberwolves dancers. Come on, give it up.
Second half of play, and we're 3 minutes into the third here. Here's Palmer. And again, Minnesota with the triple.
Guys, his consistency in terms of shooting has really helped them seize control.
A moment to check in with Doris Burke. Doris?
Hey, Kev. Well, during that last break, I heard Flip Saunders addressing his team. He told his guys that their offense needed to run through the natural. Coach would like to see him utilized in the offense as much as possible. We can expect to see them going to him constantly. He also asked for a very strong effort on the offensive glass. He wants to see them cashing in on a lot of second chance opportunities. Probably a good time to make some changes with a good chunk of the second half still to go, Kevin.
And thank you, Doris. McDonald passes to Palmer. And he says right back at you with a big dunk of his own.
Taking it to the rack with power right there.
And hammering down with the two-handed slam.
Just piling on the lead with a dunk like that.
Now here's Henderson.
Nasty.
You know, sort of surprising he goes for a slam that difficult while they're trailing.
Yeah, but still, you know what? A magnificent move to the rim.
I tell you what, guys, I don't care what the score is. That's the play we're going to remember when this game is over.
Brown and the call go against the Prodigy. That'll be his second foul of the game.
I mean, that's a tough break for the D. I mean, he took the hit and drew the whistle.
Yeah, but he was late to get there, Greg, so the referee couldn't give him a free pass on that one.
Here's what Phoenix has got going on right now. The Prodigy, he's checked in for Wilson. And it's the Prodigy in for the Prodigy. Too open that time, made it look too easy. And that's 17 points for the Natural.
I mean, he was great in his last game, Clark, and clearly he has not lost that love and feel.
Too long in the paint, and he's hit with a 3-second violation.
One shot.
And what do you guys think so far about the offensive approach for the Timberwolves?
Anytime you get as many points in the paint as they have, you know you've got a good thing going, and you just want to keep it going.
And you've always heard of guys being in a zone shooting, but you can be in a zone passing the basketball, and we've seen that tonight as well.
That free throw good from Brown, and the Timberwolves making a change here. Temple's checked in, and Phoenix also making a switch. Alexander's checked in. Here's Temple. He's got 6. The shot's good. Brown making the play. 9 points for the Prodigy.
Add another triple to their second half total.
They came out of the break just dropping bombs, and
Just are not letting up at all.
Can't hit from in close.
And that's the way you want to defend. Nice job there.
Always important to have that good interior defense.
A one-man show offensively, and that's almost always good news for his team.
Here's Alexander. 8 points for him. Out to the right wing. To the middle. It's deflected. Here's Temple. 9 points in the game so far. To the paint. And finished off by Brown.
And that's how you make a steal count. Turn it into a quick slam at the other end.
It was really a case, it looked like Greg Anthony right there, if I can say so. It was really a case of a great defensive play triggering some instant offense.
Yeah, I remember GA as an irritant, and this guy, much like Greg, creating havoc out there.
Here's Temple. He feeds it to Brown. He kicks to Temple. And a miss there on the triple. Suns trail by 19. The Prodigy passes to Alexander. Pass to the Prodigy. Down low. They need this. That's another one for him. His 5th in just 7 shots.
That is some real serious dime dropping there. Exquisite assist.
Here's Temple. Gets the three-pointer to fall. Temple's got a pair of threes now here in the third for the Timberwolves.
All right, Target Center, coming out of the court now are your Timberwolves dancers. Come on, give it up.
Both teams will make substitutions. Here's McCray. 6 points for him. Got that one up quick. That's 23 points for the natural.
Those are starting to add up. Of their last 5 baskets, 3 of them have been three-pointers.
And clearly it's about how poorly the defense has played. They've got to close out faster. I mean, he's just been brilliant today, guys, and it was the same exact story last time out.
Here's Temple following the score by Phoenix.
Boy, he shredded the D with the patented crossover, but just couldn't convert.
Here's Alexander. Count that as his 7th field goal in 10 tries. He's shooting a very good 70%.
And that assist got him a little nod from his teammate after that one.
Dishes to Temple. The Timberwolves working the ball around now. Here's the Prodigy. He's covered by Brown. Here's the Prodigy. 6 on the shot clock. Out of bounds. Phoenix takes possession.
Yeah, and I think he was surprised to see that pass coming his way and just really reacted too late.
Suns trail by 19. Here's Alexander. 14 points for him. And it's Phoenix scoring again.
That makes it 10 of their last 12 points coming from inside the painted area.
And really something that the defense has to address.
Here's the Prodigy. He's got 15. Puts it up from 12, and he hits the jumper for 2. The Prodigy's got his second basket of the night.
He's got to be a little embarrassed for joining the Paratroopers club on that pump fake.
They set the pick. Passes it to McCray. He dishes it to Temple. Here's McCray. He's got 6. 5 on the clock. They need this one, and he gets it to go. 21 points in the game.
And he's really made the most of his opportunities today. I mean, he needs to keep working for those kinds of looks.
And that one's good.
Really not hard to see why they're giving up points on this run. I mean, they've just given them too many looks inside.
Yeah, and usually when a team goes on a run like this, it's because they are getting too many opportunities on the inside. Make them beat you from deep.
Minnesota with the ball after the Suns pick up 2. And the defense really pressing up on him. Made that a tough shot. Here's the Prodigy. Good on the triple. The Prodigy's got 5 points now in the quarter.
A little bit of a defensive breakdown there. He's not the guy you want to leave open on the perimeter. You've got to stay attached to him.
Here's McCray. Breaks up big. High bouncing goes in. And the Timberwolves lead by 14.
That is so tough to defend. He'll cross you over in a nanosecond. That move is next to unstoppable.
Yeah, easy call.
Yeah, you can hear the smack all the way over here where we are.
For Phoenix, they have been a perfect 8 of 8 at the line.
Taking 2 shots.
Okay, gentlemen, 2 shots. 2 shots.
And the first one at the line is good. That's also good, so he hits both free throws. Timberwolves leading by 12. Now the pass to Singh. Fires from 18. And the Timberwolves tack on 2 more.
And he is really in a zone right now, playing and scoring with confidence.
Here's the screen. Pass to the Prodigy. Here's Alexander. Here's the Prodigy. 7 points in the game. Brown wide open. He fires. And another 3 for Minnesota.
Offensively, it's been a perfect quarter for him. He hasn't missed a single shot.
The Prodigy makes it off the glass. The Prodigy's got 7 points here in this quarter.
They're not as aggressive from the outside here, but maybe they should think about stretching the defense a little bit, like they did in the first half. I mean, stretching the defense makes it easier to score inside, too.
Here's Jacob. Look at that.
Even when they're down, he's still looking to do the spectacular. And he pulled it off.
Well, maybe this is the best time to do it.
I agree. I mean, now's when you need a spark, something electric to get your teammates fired up.
Well, through 3 quarters of play, down double digits, it may be difficult to overcome. Timberwolves ahead. They lead by 13. And when we return, we'll get the 4th quarter rolling right here on 2K Sports. And thanks again for joining us. Let's see what happens here in the 4th. On the court now for the Suns, getting going here in the 4th. We've got the natural Brown out there with the Prodigy. And it's the natural, and it's Jacobs in at the 4 spot.
That's their 3rd straight make off an assist.
Great ball movement.
Rolls to the line, shooting 1. Henderson.
One shot. 1 shot.
They're locked in from the charity stripe this half. Not a miss yet.
And trying to cut into this lead, they need every edge they can get.
Here's Singh. And so he draws the foul on the shot. A trip to the line to shoot 2.
That's his 4th personal foul. At the line for your Timberwolves, Singh. At the line for 2.
All right now, gentlemen, 2 shots. 2 shots.
First one falls for him. So he gets them both. Here's Brown. Outside Wilson. Feeds it to Henderson. They set the pick. And here's Brown outside. Another 3 for Phoenix.
You can't afford to get him that kind of a look.
Well, you know, he came off a good screen, but still, as a defender, you got to do a better job of fighting over and through that.
Passes to Singh. It's the floater, and the ball goes out of bounds. Last touch by James. "60 seconds off the clock here in the 4th. Suns trail by 11. Brown the pass to Jacobs. Here's the prodigy. He's covered by Brown. The pass to Singh. Gets number 9 to fall. He's only taken 10 shots.
Good ball move. He put that pass in the ideal spot, right where it needed to be.
There's the screen. Suns moving the ball around. Brown wide open. He fires. Another 3 for Phoenix.
He's really picked up where he left off in the first.
It's tipped and stolen by James. Brown dishes to Henderson. Here's Jacobs. No luck.
Well, I tell you, that was double duty right there. He influenced the shot and then got back and cleaned the glass.
Got that one up quick. And 12 points for the prodigy.
An open jump shot there, and their D not putting up any resistance today.
Brown kicks to Henderson. Back to Brown. Lets it go with a 3. Minnesota with the rebound. Reynolds passes to McDonald. Hands it from downtown. And the Timberwolves lead by 15.
And he's looking to really stretch this lead